I sold my soul to the bottle. Still none of my friends have left me yet. I'm the same man I was since the age of 13, and I've lived my life with no regrets. If you're looking for some freedom, all it takes is 10 drinks minimum. If you're looking for rhyme or reason, all it takes is 10 drinks minimum.
Are we on?
We are live, yeah. Hello, and welcome to another edition of 10 Drink Minimum. My name is Chris. I'll be your host this evening.
And I'm Holly. I'm also here.
No. Are you here? Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm here.
Cool. James is also here.
Yeah, James Smiley on board.
And I am Ray Basura.
Oh, man. It's so funny because you say your last name Basura, and then I was at... so they got rid of all the 7-Elevens in town. Have you noticed this?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like DK, right?
Yeah, whatever the hell that means. I
Yeah.
was like, Donkey Kong owns 7-Eleven? And I saw the trash, and it said Basura on it. And I was like,
They know their market.
they know their market. How are you guys doing, man?
I'm so happy to be back and to have Thanksgiving behind me.
Nice. Yeah, we're like here at the, I guess, next to the historical El Rey in Bar Uno, right?
Yeah, this is the first time I've been here, and it actually wasn't until late last night that I was 100% sure where it was. I was at Wine Dive just up the road, and drove past. I was like, Bar Uno.
Oh, you were where? You were at Wine Dive?
Here, let me hold the mic at the pinky.
No, I'm doing. Yeah, you're
Yeah,
right. Yeah. It's like, hi guys. Do you guys know where a Bar Uno
Yeah.
is? Yeah.
Wait, is that the place I have I think I have an interview there on Tuesday.
At Wine Dive?
Yeah, he does. Yeah. He
Who
might
were you
do.
advertising? We're like, let's pack up. Let's head up.
No, it's funny because like I was in here and Steve, the bartender, he's usually like really mean,
Yeah.
and he's just like, hey, you do that show. Why don't you do it at my bar? Like, okay.
Yeah.
And then we get here today, and he's super sweet.
I know, right? What's
He's
up with
kicked me out of here a couple of times.
that? Oh, well, let's hear that. I want to hear that story.
Yeah.
Do tell.
Well, he hasn't like kicked me out, but he's made it pretty apparent that he was not happy I was here. We used to come here after the Bozy open mic on Sundays, like all the time.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that
And
makes
it
sense.
was like all the comedians would walk up, and immediately Steve would just be like, ugh. And one time I knocked over an Elephants on Parade. It was my first beer of the night.
Oh,
I had
shit.
gotten
Yeah,
to
yeah, yeah.
Bozy like super late.
Uh-huh.
But like I had leaned over the table and knocked over an Elephants on Parade, and he was like, "That's it, you're done."
Cut off.
You're like, that was my first one.
That
I
was
swear.
my only beer.
I'm fine. They're like, uh-huh.
But I mean, any bartender that has to deal with a bunch of comedians on a Sunday night right before close, they're not going to be happy. They're not going to be happy.
I don't
I
know.
hung out with you guys one time, and I was like, that's good enough. That is good enough.
We're a weird bunch.
For the limited experience I have with comedians, I like to think if I saw a group of them walk through the door, that I'm about to make decent money because I know they can put away some drinks.
Oh, we can
Yeah.
put some drinks away.
But do they tip, though? Are they going to
Oh,
tipping?
all right. I think they're
It
okay at
depends.
tipping.
It depends. I mean, most of us work service industry, so I mean, most of us kind of get it. And if we're gonna spend money anywhere,
Yeah,
it's gonna be to drink. So, and usually we tip pretty well.
Spill the tea, Holly. Who are the bad tippers? Let's just put it all out
Yeah, let's
there
get
so
it,
everybody knows. Names,
Throw them under the bus.
numbers.
Right
We'll
now.
tag them in the feed.
Royal would no, just kidding.
Oh.
I just know I won't get in trouble because he's my best friend. I don't know if he's a good tipper. You know what?
He's
I
just
don't
gonna
look.
show up in the window right behind you.
Yeah.
That's actually a scary thought.
I just thought of that myself. Like I was sitting over here, like we're in Bar Uno. It's kind of like what's that? The Good Morning America or the Today Show? Today Show.
Yeah.
Today
And there's
Show,
like
yeah.
a window behind us, and I'm just like, man.
I just waved at two people I knew.
I was
Right.
watching The Irishman all day today, so I'm like, man, somebody gonna drive by and just pop.
Oh yeah, they could. I have a lot of experience doing comedy in front of windows
Yeah.
that people can walk by, and my favorite thing is when somebody sees you holding a microphone doing comedy, they think it's hilarious to like do something in the window.
Oh yeah.
Because it is.
I mean, sometimes it is, but sometimes they're not very creative, and I'm
Yeah,
like, come on.
And if they stick around, they're about to get roasted to oblivion, probably.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's what I never understand. Let's mess with the person that has a mic, an amplified device. They can talk shit to me like right
I
then
do
and there.
like it when they moon me, though. I just, I like a good old-fashioned mooning.
Are we advertising everyone? We're at Bar Uno
Oh,
with
somebody
a
should
bare
come over.
window here. We all
We
like
are at
mooning.
Bar Uno.
Yeah.
Just moon. Just come moon
us.
me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Bar Uno. Bar Muno.
Bar Muno.
Come moon us here at Bar Muno.
It's right next to Moonlight.
Yeah.
So all of you guys stayed in town for Thanksgiving. It seems like most of you
Yes.
guys did your traveling right before,
Yeah, that's
right?
correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I decided to go to Carlsbad on Wednesday night, and as you guys know, that's right whenever that huge snowstorm came in, and I drove directly into it pretty much right whenever it started, and it was awful.
Oh wow.
Yeah, we started getting through the mountains, and the snow starts coming in like super, super bad. And so then I turned to Valeria, and I'm like, "Hey, at what point do you think that we should let's talk about this now because we're gonna hit some bad weather. At what point should we turn around?" And she's like, "Honestly, if I was driving, I would have turned around now." so we decided just to start pushing through, and then I kept giving myself like new things. I was like, "Okay, as long as I can see the lines in the road, like we're good."
Right.
And then I started like getting to like Klein's Corners, and I can't see the lines in the road anymore.
That's like Klein's Corners is kind of like the beginning of where, or usually where they shut it
Yeah.
down. They're like,
Yeah,
nope.
Exactly. And so then I turn off to like the smaller highway, which isn't getting like plowed the same way I-40 is, and then you can't see the lines at all. And then
Oh,
it's like,
no.
oh man, okay. At what point should I turn around? But I can still see the edges of the road, so I decide I'm just gonna hug the center of it and drive as long as I can.
The blood is the trail of blood.
Yeah.
Leading you.
And there's still other people driving, so I'm like, okay, it must not be too bad.
There's some other psychos on the road.
Yeah. Well, by the time I get to Vaughn, I can't see the sides of the road anymore, and there's like gas stations just like piled up with cars where people
Oh,
aren't
no.
going to go through. And I see this big trailer. There's like a truck with a trailer that's like pulling onto where I'm going, and I was like, "Cool, I'll just go behind this trailer the whole way. I'll be fine."
Because basically what they'll do is blast like I lost my hold on, my mic is dying.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I was like,
There we
I
go.
can't
So sorry
hear
about
you.
that. What they'll do is they'll like clear the road for you a little bit. You know those big trucks.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
that's what I was waiting for. I just needed a big vehicle that was gonna like clear the way for me, and I could like kind of stay in those. So I hyped myself up. I was like ready to do it. I'm like, okay, we're gonna knock this out. And then the second I get out of Vaughn, they just turn off into some like random road and like disappear. And I'm like, okay,
We're home.
that is my last chance to turn around, and I'm not gonna be.
That's why they push through. They're like, well, we live here. You know?
So I just
so do
went
you
for
now.
it. Yeah, and it was awful. I definitely don't think I should have done it. But by the time that I got maybe an hour outside of Vaughn, everything turned to rain. And I was like, thank goodness, I can deal with rain. So from like halfway to Roswell and then the rest of the way to Carlsbad, we just had rain the rest of the way. But and then I get there, and both my parents separately tell me, we were going to text you that if you just stayed home, it would have been fine.
Yeah. See, my family does this thing where it's like guilts me, even if it's like, I'm like, oh, it's ice and snow. It's like the worst they've ever seen. Well, I mean, I guess if you want to stay there with your friends, I guess. It's like.
So we had the same kind of situation. So I decided it was my idea that we would pack up everything we own in 2 days and move yesterday. And by Thursday, we had packed up most of the house.
Wow,
And it
that's-
started snowing. And Hamster looks at me and he's just like, so are we still moving or and I was like, babe, I don't care how snowy it gets, we're fucking moving, because at this point I'm not unpacking everything I own, so we're gonna do this. Luckily it had cleared up by yesterday, but it was so cold moving all the furniture.
Right.
We all decided this is so Crystal and I have moved twice right around the holidays. It is the worst. It is the absolute worst. We had to go get packing supplies on Friday because we ran out. And we were the only people shopping on Black Friday for not Christmas gifts.
What I want to know is why you're not telling everyone where you moved to.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Oh,
Let's hear
no.
Yeah.
What is it?
I moved to Rio Rancho.
Oh, my God. That's not even a real city.
Why, Jesus?
We could not pass up an opportunity that we got. We got a 3-bedroom
Here we
gorgeous
go.
house with
Here
a
we go.
huge bedroom for $600
Right
a
next
month.
to the CVS.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
because
right.
you live in hell.
No,
Oh my
it's
God.
a family-owned property
Okay.
that we know, and they gave us a good deal.
Yeah.
And I now have a kid to think about. So
Is the house sliding
Okay.
down a sandhill?
no,
No?
I mean not that
Okay.
I'm aware of.
You should have taken the snowstorm as an omen. Like,
Yeah,
oh,
yeah.
we should make this decision.
My mom
Yeah.
never cared about that.
Some individual
She
from
cared
Rio
about the
Rancho.
neighborhood, all right?
Someone in the Rio Rancho, in the chat from Rio Rancho, said, haters, all of you. Well,
Hey, not me. I don't hate it. You know what?
Well,
I was kind of scared to move there. I'm not gonna lie. Like I was like, oh God, this is so far away. I'm gonna hate. Okay,
It's not a
our
real
neighborhood
town.
is so nice.
yeah.
And
How
we have
nice
a
is it?
It's real nice. And we have a huge backyard. We have a turkey
Wait,
and
what?
chickens.
You have
yeah.
a turkey?
Point.
Like, wait a minute. So you
A
moved
pet turkey.
into a house already furnished with animals.
Yeah.
A farm ready to go.
Have you had them tested?
Yeah, right,
It is
right.
Rio Rancho.
It is true. It's very true.
I'm never gonna live this down with you guys. I don't care.
So when you're hanging out downtown Rio Rancho next to the Star Center
Yeah.
and the HP, or you're hanging out at the effing bar,
I will never be in the effing. I'm not gonna say that because I'm probably gonna go to the
Gus
effing
Pedrati.
bar.
You're going to tell us how much you love it.
I know. I can be like, guys, I went to the effing bar the other night. It was so
I was
good.
hanging out at the effing bar the other day with all my friends Chad and
And
Jennifer
Tyler.
and Tyler.
Oh, come on, guys. You know I'm not gonna.
So you moved out of town.
Yeah.
That's-
It
Yeah,
is.
you
I
moved
did.
somewhere. Yeah.
I did.
Congratulations on moving.
So do you feel
out.
different now? Like your life is not as edgy as it once was? Or
Okay, Chris, I was in the Northeast Heights. Like, I wasn't edgy then. I feel like I'm living on the
I don't
edge
know, man.
now.
You had a pool.
I went to the
I did
Northeast.
have a
I went
pool.
to the
I had
Northeast
2
Heights
pools.
recently, and like someone was shooting up in a
It's
car. man.
scary, yeah.
It's rough.
The
yeah.
We had to get out of the Northeast Heights. It was awful. Our apartment. So this is what really happened. So our apartment complex has neglected a lot of the things that have been wrong with our
What?
apartment.
An apartment complex here in Albuquerque?
Yeah, but to the extent where it had gotten like, we have a small child living with us. Like, we can't have a broken refrigerator for a month.
Did you try starting a dumpster fire?
No. But then, like, we
Good
found
call. That doesn't
that
actually
all of
work.
us, we found that all of us were really
Yeah,
like
big follow-through
feeling
with
sick.
The dumpster fire for it to actually work. Sorry.
I know. Yeah. True.
Hey, have you not gotten immunity to carbon monoxide yet? Come on.
No, we haven't. But
You
we.
got to build it up.
It's called pink face.
Okay, I'm done talking about it. Like, I moved to Rio Rancho. Let it go. It's a better situation.
I'm never going to let it go. It's
Yeah.
Rio Rancho.
You guys are jerks.
Well, I mean, we have to be. That's our
Yeah.
job, you know?
But now you can be our ambassador. You can tell us what's new.
Yo, Holly,
Thank
tell
you,
us,
Shelby,
tell us of
my
the
only
things-
friend.
Tell us of what life is like.
In Rio Rancho.
Yeah. the
what's
Rio
it-
Ranchos.
What's it like in the Rio Ranchos?
But guys, I'm not really okay. Here's the deal: I only go out of my house when I come downtown.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna make the
Yeah.
same drive that I made from the Northeast Heights because we're not like deep in Rio
Right.
Rancho. It's
Okay.
not an hour away, and I only hang out downtown. So
Yeah. I will give you props for this. Like, I always love the people that are like, yeah, I moved to the west side. And you go, oh, Rio Rancho. They go, I do not live in Rio Rancho.
no, I'm aware that I live in Rio Rancho.
Right. Okay. Well, that's fair.
I'm self-aware.
I am self-aware. How are your neighbors? Are they? I feel like this is like.
We
have you ever
haven't met them.
Have you ever seen the episode of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia where they moved to the suburbs?
Oh yeah,
Yes.
it's like that.
You'll walk
Holly's
outside and
famous
they'll.
mac and cheese.
Yeah. Hey, Holly. Gonna be a real hot one today, right?
We
Is
haven't met our
Is it?
neighbors yet, but
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. So
That's because
our
they don't exist. It's not a real town.
I'm pretty sure we'll meet our neighbors soon because our kid likes to scream like a banshee all the time.
What is that? That kids do that. They just like
she just screams for no reason. I don't know.
Like,
if I had the answer to that, I could make it stop.
That was a pretty good attempt, though.
Yeah. It's like she screams like she's being murdered at least 4 times a day.
It's like a shriek.
All right.
Yeah.
And then she always likes to wrestle us, so not only does she scream like a banshee, but then she says things like, "Don't hit me like that, Daddy." It's not good.
Yes.
They're just going to think that we beat our child to death, so that's how we're going to meet our neighbors. See, when we were well, when we were in the apartment, nobody seemed to care.
Has
nobody
no one's
checked.
brought you over like a bread pudding yet? Or
No.
Weird. That's weird.
Fruit cake season's coming.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
I would have assumed immediately, like you move in and they're like, it's time for a fruit cake.
No.
It's like
That's
wrapped in
what
a
you
ribbon
think.
on the kitchen counter.
Yeah, that's what you would think would happen when you move to the suburbs or like into a house. And nobody has said hi to us. We have a cop living down the street.
The mayor comes to shake your hand.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, nobody.
Which house do you think is the weed house, like on the show Weeds, where they're just making random weed in the yard, you know?
You know what? I think it's the one down the street they just seem like they're overcompensating with their Christmas decorations to look like a family. So I think it's them.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Yep, they're at the corner of our street, and it looks like the Vegas Strip at their house.
That's a bold assumption that they're over.
They're overcompensating.
Their family must be broken because they love Christmas.
I'm like, what is wrong with you? Like, we're gonna put Christmas decorations up probably the week of Christmas. They're not gonna come down until July.
You might be violating an ordinance. I think it's like the first day of December. They have to be up for judging.
Yeah, I don't know. Here's the deal. Like,
have you checked with your neighborhood association?
No, I don't care to.
The Rio Rancho Police Commissioner.
They'll check with you. Don't worry. You'll be all, what's this on the front door? They'll be all, you left your trash cans out till Thursday. And
welcome to the
trash
war
day
zone.
is Wednesday.
That's, that's probably going to
Mad Max out
happen. Look, here's the deal. I'm never going to be the type of, like, significant other or stepmom that's going to have everything done all the time. Like, I am legitimately that stepmom/mom that just always wears sweatpants and looks crazy, except for when I'm on this show.
Nice.
So I'm sure they're never going to talk to me. They're not going to want anything to do with me.
Albuquerque trash.
So
exactly.
So are you going to have those pampered chef parties or whatever they called?
I almost threw up a little in my mouth.
Are you gonna run like a little
Tupperware parties?
Yeah.
What?
Are you gonna run that little con game?
Right.
Where like I buy things at my friends' parties and I never get them?
No. You know what? Guys,
Give me that
again, I don't throw.
Will you get that beer for me?
I don't throw parties. I wear sweatpants and look like I'm dying all the time. You know?
Yeah.
Oh, probably because you are.
Thanks.
I find it hard to not just stare out the window here. I have such ADHD. I'm just like, oh wow.
Oh no, it reminds me of the art bar because we were on the same street.
Oh, that's right. Because we used to do the show at the art bar on the corner, like literally, like
in a glass cage.
Yeah, in a glass cage. And so, like, I had to stop, like, learn to not look out the window all the time because I would do that.
I looked at 2 people already. I'm all, I know you.
But the character that caught your attention was worth looking at least.
Oh yeah.
You know what? I have to give a shout out to Shelby for being my only supportive friend in this time of need.
Because she'll hang out with you at the effing bar.
Yeah.
I actually hate it. I hate like these places now that are like, oh, it's we're gonna throw back to like the 80s and the 90s where we would like try to name a place where it's kind of edgy, like the Big Johnson T-shirts and all that shit, and it's like the effing bar. And we're named after a town in effing Illinois. That's why the bar's called the effing bar.
Is that when Fuddruckers got popularity?
Right.
I think you just hate everything in Rio Rancho.
Yeah, well, yeah.
You know what? The Big Lots in Rio Rancho is really nice.
The Big Lots.
That's the only place I've been.
Oh, I do like a Big Lots, though.
This is the most organized Big Lots I've ever been in.
Wow, that's
They have a whole showroom of, like, furniture also.
What?
Yeah. And it's organized and you can find things. I got, like, laundry soap and all kinds of stuff. And I could find it. It wasn't like a huge pile of just, like, dig through all this shit.
Yeah. Big Lots. Like there's a lot of these stores now. Big Lots. What's the tool store? Harbor
Freight.
Yeah.
Family Dollar. You just walk in and they're just like, they just grab a barrel and just dump a bunch of tools and shit into a pile in a basket, and they're like, everything in this is $5.
Right. Bunch of loose razor blades.
Yeah. Straight up. Loose razor blades.
Ow.
I've only been to a Big Lots once, and it was because somebody ran a wrestling show in the parking lot, and so we were wrestling in the parking lot of a Big Lots, and our locker room was like the back area of it. So like we're inside like the storeroom of it, and then we'd like walk through like one of these like big opening things into the parking lot, and as you can imagine, a big promotion that would run in the parking lot of a Big Lots did not draw the biggest audience.
Yeah, no, I would imagine.
And
what?
And
I mean,
Big
I
Lots
would go.
Doesn't draw the most people to begin with, so you'd have like a couple of customers that would happen to be like, "What's happening?"
I just love the name. It's like, we're big and we have a lot.
Yeah.
Come on in. Big Lots. You
That's
might
their
find
catchphrase.
Yeah.
Oh.
You might buy an iPhone in here. You could probably buy some razor blades. Yeah, who knows?
I forgot to tell you guys, the worst thing about my new house, other than it being in Rio Rancho, is the people left behind one of those keyboards, the electric keyboards that has the demo songs on it.
Oh shit! Is it Casio?
No,
Oh.
but it's still annoying. And Hamster decided to show our 3-year-old that this existed.
Does it make fart noises?
No, that would be all right. She just plays. Yeah, she just plays the demo song over and over and over and over at the highest volume possible.
You guys like this one? Again? She has a mic and a PA.
Oh
She
my
goes into it.
And then I also made the mistake of showing her where the volume button was by turning it down in front of her a couple of times. So now she'll just turn up by herself. So last night the sentence. Oh God.
So Peter Gabriel for hours?
Yes. So last night the sentence. I've become the lamest human being ever. I am no fun at all. But I had it with the keyboard already.
Oh, you're your mom now.
Oh yeah. I was like, if you turn that up one more time, I'm going to smash it. You're never going to see it again.
Oh man.
I just wanted to hear, enough!
Oh, I said that like 70 million times, and she thought it was hilarious.
You gotta start getting creative with the threats. You're like, if you do this one more time, we're gonna let the turkey in.
The turkey's going to come in and peck your eyes out.
I'm sorry. Is it not that time of the year where you're like, if you play that one more time, I'm going to call Santa Claus?
Yeah.
I mean, she's 3, so that concept is still kind of being built with her,
Oh, this is a perfect time to use it as a threat then to build that foundation.
I'm going to call Santa, and I'm going to call the firefighter puppy from Paw Patrol.
I have no idea what the hell that is.
Of course you don't.
You're just making things up.
It's a
now.
cartoon.
Okay.
And he's a dog who's a firefighter.
Oh, all right.
Actually, she's more into PJ Masks.
It's probably just the channel they only have in Rio Rancho.
Yeah. It's public access in Rio Rancho.
You guys are driving me crazy. Just fuck all of you.
Oh, don't move to Rio Rancho then.
Well, I didn't have a
really easy
choice.
We're just messing with you. We're just razzing you.
Whatever. I hate you all.
I would love to see if they did have public access in Rio Rancho.
You know what? I'll check when I get home.
who would be the Rio Rancho Don Schrader? You know?
Ooh.
He's probably just like what. That's what they think I
See,
am
you
when I go
guys
there.
need me to find this stuff out.
That we do. And
You know what I mean?
yeah. You're like a
I don't have
spy.
to enjoy it.
No,
I
you're
just
like a
could
spy.
infiltrate.
You could do Tales from Rio Rancho. You'd be like, guys, guess what the fuck I saw this week?
I
Like,
just don't even know where I would go. I don't even know where effing bar is.
You're gonna go to the neighborhood Walmart
Ooh.
because they have something that's called neighborhood.
Oh, yeah.
The green
Oh, yeah,
one.
'cause
They
there's
have
the
apparently
groceries,
they have
too.
a really big Walmart,
Oh,
but
yeah,
it's
yeah.
deep in Rio Rancho.
That sounds so dirty.
Here's what cracks me up is I went over there to buy my dishwasher because someone was selling it, and they're like,
Yeah.
"Can you meet us in the parking lot of the Walmart in Rio Rancho?" And I was like, "Okay."
Are you gonna kill me?
Well, no, I would have thought that would have been like,
Yeah, it's a safe place.
yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, I check in somewhere and people just flip out. They're like, "What are you doing in Rio Rancho?" They just know.
I used to shit on Corrales a lot. And
I love Corrales.
Well, that was the thing is because I didn't know.
Yeah.
And then I went there and I was
It's
like, this is
so
a
cute.
magical wonderland.
This is a paradise in the middle of a city.
Now, look, I am going to be honest with you guys that I don't really see how Rio Rancho is either better or worse than Albuquerque. It really just, especially where
Yeah.
I live. I'm like at the edge where it could be Rio Rancho. It also could still be Albuquerque.
The west side.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
but
I'll tell you. I mean, do you want to know? Do you really want to know?
Yeah, I mean,
There's
seriously?
one is the police. The police are like hardcore. Like they'll pull you
Oh,
over. Like,
good.
They're big for like speeding.
oh, we have a speed
Yeah.
trap on one of the main
Right.
roads to our house.
Constantly.
It's a little van that'll take your picture.
Nice.
And it's so they still have red light cameras.
Yeah, well, this
still
isn't
allowed.
even a red light camera.
Right.
This is like it's parked on the side of the street. And if you go too fast,
Yeah.
it'll take the picture of your license plate and your face.
Because they still
Man,
allow it.
They are protecting and serving well
So
out there.
much.
That's one thing. The other one is like they just lack, because it's a new city. I mean, it's not really a full city, actually. They lack mom and pop restaurants and
yeah,
stores.
I
and
did notice it's a lot of like
CVS,
chain things.
Starbucks, Walgreens.
Yes,
Wendy's.
Big Lots.
Yeah, Big Lots. I mean, it's not terrible. I mean, drive into Dallas, Texas. It's like a smaller version of that, But I mean, is it terrible? No. But I mean, when you live in Albuquerque, you have to hate on something. So.
True. I mean, fair. I want to get Ski Rio Rancho T-shirts made and wear it around my neighborhood, though.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And then have
I mean, I'm still gonna make fun of it.
and then have like someone skiing down a sand hill,
But every week I will bring something new that I learned about Rio Rancho.
What the best part is when people like live there and they have no idea that people talk mad shit about it.
Oh, yeah.
And they're all like, "What's wrong with Rio Rancho?"
Everything.
And you're like, "Well, there's also the travel. Like,
Yes, it's so far.
you haven't hit it yet, but like when you're going home for rush hour,
Yeah.
there's like you could either go through Coors, you could go through Paseo, you could go through Alameda, or you could go through Bernalillo.
And that's
well,
it.
when there's a wreck on one of them, all the other three
Yep.
back up.
Oh, it's going to be great,
Yeah.
guys. I'm very hopeful for my future.
I mean,
Good
is
luck
it?
with that.
Yeah, and the other thing too is people move there and you don't see them anymore.
Yeah, I'm not going to be that way because
It's like the Bermuda Triangle.
I have things that I need to
more
do.
like poltergeist, like
You
where
know-
the house itself just eats you up.
Yeah, just eat
You
your
know,
lunch.
10 drink, though, is my saving grace. 10 drink and my open mic on Mondays. Like, I have to come to these things, so I can't get sucked
Well, let's hope you
into
do
it.
more than that. I mean,
I don't know. We'll see. I'm-
Uh-oh.
No, I'm also starting school
Here we
tomorrow. So, probably for the next 9 months, it's going to be 10 drink minimum, my open mic in school.
In the
so.
Pima Medical Institute.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
You know, Chris,
I'm
I
just
thought we
messing
were
with you.
friends, and now I just feel... No, I'm just kidding.
I'm just trying to spark some controversy on the Instagram.
It's not Pima. It's like the Pima Medical Institute
Brown
of
Mackie.
Technology.
Yeah.
You know?
I
I'm
used-
at
okay.
Lambda.
PMI.
I shouldn't make fun of that place because it's a place where people can go to turn their life around. But I used to go there and work on their computers, and they had the shittiest all-in-one computers that you shouldn't buy for a business. You should buy
Yeah.
for your personal self.
Yeah.
And people that went to school there would steal them,
Oh, God.
and they were chained to the desk,
Oh, my God.
and they would steal them.
No, I'm at the Pima Medical of technology learning. I'm at Lambda school, which if you honestly want to get into technology, you should look into Lambda. They want to change the face of education. So you do a income sharing after you're done, so you don't have to get a student loan. They charge you no interest,
Oh, wow.
and you get if you don't get a $50,000 a year job when you're done, you don't owe them anything.
Oh, wow.
For 5 years, if within 5 years you don't get a $50,000 a year job,
Wow.
you don't pay them at all. And I think if more colleges adopted that, but then at the same time, also it's a little bit, sketchy. It's fine.
And the theme song is Lambda, 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 and Omega Mu.
Is it?
We
Oh, I was like, wait, should I know this?
a song for you.
That's from Revenge of the Nerds.
I should. I should sing
Where's
that
that?
tomorrow at my first day.
And Omega Moo.
I'm gonna look it up. I'm gonna sing that in one of my
We
classes.
we have a show for you.
You have a show for me?
No, Poindexter on the violin. Come on.
Oh.
It's Revenge of the Nerds. You ever seen Revenge of the
I
Nerds?
have, but it's been so long
Never
that I
seen
don't
it.
It's
remember
a-
every word of the song.
It's a pretty rapey film, actually. By the end of the
Don't tell the feminists I enjoy it.
Yeah.
That's where we're at with that one.
I just remember that song. So the song that they do is like the best part of the whole thing.
I'm gonna look it up tonight.
Actually, I mean, but, okay, most of the movie is pretty inappropriate.
Yeah.
What was with Lamar and the little kid?
The what?
Lamar and the
kid.
little kid?
Oh well, yeah,
Yeah, that
well,
was
Lamar
weird.
was gay. I mean,
They
that's
were best
okay.
friends.
Right.
Well, no, the kid liked ladies because remember he hooked up with a lady. I mean,
Also not good.
See,
No, yeah.
So all of it so wrong.
oh yeah, very illegal, very illegal. I mean, there was it was the '80s. It was a
Yeah.
lawless time called the '80s.
It was a wild time.
It was a lawless time.
So
called the-
I found a picture while I was packing my house. Speaking of like the 80s or 90s or whatever being a weird time. And my family took pictures of me wearing a swimsuit.
Oh, I saw this. Yeah.
With knee-high stockings and like scarves doing some kind of a performance. And somebody was like, I didn't realize that they made knee-high stockings for children. And I was like,
Right.
the 90s was
Yeah.
a wild time.
Yeah. '80s, '90s, lawlessness. I tell you.
I look like I'm about to do a burlesque performance or do a performance of
Yeah.
Rocky Horror Picture Show.
I never thought, and I looked at it and I was like, whatever. And then someone started pointing shit out, and I was like, oh yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I know. It was, and there were multiple, like, there was like a series of pictures that my grandma commented, and she was like, oh, you're just being you. We loved it. And then my grandpa called me. He wouldn't comment on it. He was just like, yeah, you used to, like, go through your grandmother's scarves and, like, stockings or whatever. And I don't know why we took pictures of that. We probably shouldn't have taken pictures of that because it seems weird looking
Well, it probably
back.
wasn't
Oh, yeah,
weird
yeah.
to them.
No.
like,
Yeah.
Oh, it
you're
is now.
Yeah.
But he's like, you had to put it on the internet, and now I feel weird.
Now that Maury's around,
Yeah.
that's pretty funny.
It's great. It's
I
great
thought it was funny, but I didn't think anything of it until
Right.
someone started pointing it out.
Well,
then I was
and like I'm kind of the theory, like now that I have a little kid around, like it's not weird until you make it weird.
Right,
You know
right,
what I
right.
mean? Because little kids don't know. Little kids don't know what they're doing.
no,
I probably just thought I looked cool or something. I don't know.
of course.
You know.
We spent a large part of my Thanksgiving time just looking through photo albums.
Oh, awesome.
Well, I realized that, like, whenever I was younger, I used to be really embarrassed by pictures that I had. And then, like, I started looking through other people's pictures, and they'd be embarrassed. And then this last time I went through, I was like, I don't know why I was even embarrassed. I was a kid. Like, I don't care. Like, if I
Right.
have food on my face or I'm naked or, like, there's, like, these pictures of
Right.
me, like, naked playing Super Nintendo. And I'm like, yeah, I was, like, 3.
You were like having the time of your life.
Yeah, I
right?
was like, I wish I could do that now.
Well, and like there's something beautiful about how much little kids don't give a shit.
Yeah.
They are themselves all the time. I used to get annoyed by people's kids being annoying or loud or weird, and now having one in my house is like, well, she's just being her. Let it happen.
Yeah.
I've always been
Yeah.
like this.
Yes, well, see, there's
Even
something beautiful about that, Smiley.
Even at 3 years old, I have pictures of me in a little tuxedo.
Oh, that's so cute.
Wow. You were like Michael Scott when he was a little kid.
Yeah.
We should have like a 10-drink baby photos like post.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
I could get it. My mom has all that shit. Yeah,
I
could
got
get
some
it.
great ones.
Yeah, we could do that. Yeah,
I think that'd be fun.
we could make that as the next shirt.
I think that I was more embarrassed by the pictures that I thought I looked cool in.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and that was like the worst thing. Whenever I would like, I was like 11 in this like awkward stage of my life where I'm like posing against something like really cool, and then I'm like, oh, jeez, why did you guys let me dress that way?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had my goth phase.
Oh wow, yeah,
My, like, I'm going to look like a raccoon every day of my life and think I look great phase.
yeah. What was your band when you were goth?
Oh, I don't know. Probably, I really was into, this is embarrassing. I was really into Evanescence for a
Yes.
while. And then I even performed it at a, like, talent show. I was really into emo. like really
My
into
Chemical
emo.
Romance?
Oh,
Panic at
I
the
still
Disco.
love them.
Hey, they're
Panic
back
at the
together, man.
Disco.
Yeah.
I love Dashboard Confessional. I would like listen to that and cry. Taking Back Sunday. Taking Back Sunday was really like I'm into them. Yeah.
I'm glad that phase is gone.
Oh, it's not gone.
Oh,
The
man.
it's
scene
still
phase
still there.
is
it's still there.
Have you seen the guy on that does the videos where his girlfriend's
Yeah,
like,
Matt Cutchall.
yeah, that's his name. Oh, they're fantastic.
Oh my God, he did.
Just stop it.
He does. Oh yeah, he does all these things where he just like his wife or girlfriend. I guess they just got engaged. She'll be in the car and then he'll just start singing an emo song, and she's like, "Oh God, here we go, not again."
And then he disappears and he's on top of the car.
Yeah.
When I was.
Or just
yeah.
off in the distance. That's my favorite one.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
Just behind a bush.
Yes. I like the one where she FaceTimes him at the grocery store wanting a list, and he's just in the middle of a desert recreating an emo music video, and she's like, "Not now. Oh, not now. Oh, yep, this is happening."
Mike Lucero says probably Nickelback. I don't know what he means by that.
Nickelback, gross.
No
I'm
one
thinking
seems to
on
like
That's
Damn.
not emo or goth, and that's insulting, honestly, Mike Lucero.
Nobody seems to like that band, but they seem to keep on going and making millions of dollars.
right.
They're all right. They have that one song about like a photograph or whatever. I don't know.
It's trash.
I mean, all of it is trash.
I mean, you have to listen to it now. You live in Rio Rancho, so I mean that's par for the course. You
That's
know.
probably the only thing that plays.
Did they give
out
you
there.
your vinyl like when you got there?
They're like, here's a Nickelback vinyl.
yeah.
That's their city anthem.
Also, we're gonna give you this vinyl of Creed.
Real City.
The Village.
I want to know what their theme is. Their title.
Oh,
Let's look it
let's
up.
let's just look this up.
Let's look this up. Because like
I'm making so many friends in Rio Rancho
Albuquerque's
right
like
now.
the Duke City. Let's
What
look
is
up-
Rio Rancho?
Let's look this up, okay?
The city
What
of
is-
enterprise. No.
Aerial view of suburban Rio Rancho. I like how it calls it that right away.
Well, because it is.
Oh yeah.
Do you have a really good view of like a real city from there?
Yeah, I have a really, really good view of Albuquerque.
Nice.
It's
Is it
great.
worth being a trader?
It is. My house is totally worth it. I have a really nice washer and dryer and a refrigerator that has ice and water in it.
I
so
will
like,
give you
whatever.
that. Whenever I was house hunting, the further direction that I went, I was like, this is the same cost as the shitty houses we
Wow.
were just looking at before.
I didn't realize how many people live in Rio Rancho. So here we go. Here's the this is from Wikipedia.
We're about to start backpedaling.
No. Rio Rancho is the largest city.
Watch, our biggest like fan base is Rio Rancho, and then
Right.
you'll just be like, "Fuck."
Rio Rancho is the largest city and economic hub of Sandoval County in the U.S. state of New Mexico.
I mean, but how many cities are in Sandoval?
Yeah,
Right.
that's Sandoval County. They are basically right outside of Bernalillo.
Right. A small portion of the city extends into northern Bernalillo County. Thank you to you guys. It is the third largest and also one of the fastest expanding cities in New Mexico. I don't believe that.
I do.
I do. They've exploded.
As of
Yeah, like
as
a
of
plague.
as of the 2010 census, Rio Rancho had a population of 93,820. I didn't realize they had that many. But
That's
but what are people doing in
impressive.
Rio Rancho that it's expanding so much?
Zombies.
Cheaper housing.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think they're biting each other and infecting each other with some sort of Rio Rancho disease.
Exactly.
That's what's happening.
I'm
You
trying
heard
to
it here
find-
first.
Except for I'm not like, I didn't just move there and I'm like, guys, Rio Rancho's really good though. We should start doing the show in Rio Rancho.
We haven't checked you for bites yet. I'm not sure.
I'll just stay in the house, guys. It's fine.
We should see if we can go do one in Rio Rancho. We gave the effing bar enough promotion already.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's just go do
Let's
it.
see here. I'm trying to find like.
Then I can make friends.
I want to see like is like Rio Rancho a city that's growing or something? You know what is the?
Does it have a motto?
So-
a town
That's what I'm-
motto?
yeah, that's what I'm
So
looking
that's
for.
a lot bigger than I thought because Carlsbad,
Yeah.
where I grew up, was significantly smaller than that
Right.
for majority of the time that I lived there.
See, and nobody's like, Carlsbad isn't really a town.
Chris would say otherwise.
Yeah.
Well,
Fair.
I mean, I'm not saying it's not a town. I'm just saying it's a terrible town. But I mean, okay, hold on. Let's back it all up. So I'm
Oh,
from
God.
Clovis, New Mexico. which Ray would say shit about. So, so my friend was like, it was her birthday, and so I just want you to know I get as much trash as anybody.
Yeah.
So it was her birthday, and she's like, I can't believe you're not gonna be here for my birthday. And I was like, well, yeah, I've got to go home to see my family for for the holiday. And she's like, all right. I was like, well, I'll bring you something from Clovis. And she goes, what are you going to bring me, a sack of trash?
Peanuts.
And I was like, oh, fuck, wow. So I did take a picture of Smiley holding a sack of trash, and it said "To
Nice.
Grace" from
It's
Chris.
true. I saw.
So
well,
I get
you
it
know.
just as much as anybody.
It's
but
fine.
We get the cave jokes. That's a lot of the
Cave jokes?
Yeah, well, I was like telling my girlfriend's family I was getting ready to go down there, and her cousin's like, "Do you guys eat bats for Thanksgiving?" And I was like, "Well, not like all bats, but we have at least one."
Carlsbad Caverns.
Yeah,
I mean, at least you have that.
Got it. Yeah, at least you have something of national recognition.
Yeah.
My best friend Crystal loves bats. That's her favorite thing in the whole world. And last year, I was gonna plan her this like birthday surprise to go see the bats. Didn't realize they migrate. No idea that they. I was like, they're there all year round because it's Carlsbad.
That's where they live.
Yeah,
Mexican free-tail bats.
Yeah,
Okay.
they migrate.
So I've got a fact for you.
Oh, good.
The chance of becoming a victim of either violent or property crime in Rio Rancho is 1 in 44. Based on FBI crime rate, Rio Rancho is not one of the safest communities in America.
That seems really high.
Relative to New Mexico, Rio Rancho has a crime rate that is higher than 60% of the state's cities and towns.
Thank you for that, Chris.
You're welcome.
Thank you. I've moved myself and my child.
I'm sure Albuquerque's way
Gotham
worse.
City. Good
Yeah.
job.
Gotham
Good job.
Thanks.
It's not
I'm
even
going
a
to
real
sleep
city.
so soundly at night
Hold
now.
on, let's find out.
Could you imagine if Rio Rancho got a vigilante before Albuquerque did? I would be so hurt.
They might now.
Yeah,
They might now.
What would Rio Rancho superhero be? What do you guys
I'm
think?
just going to throw some names out for this new vigilante.
Sandy Man. Comes out
That's
of the
definitely
sand.
not me. I'm going to say
It's definitely not you.
I'm going to say you know what? Trailer Park Mama might save that
Trailer
shit.
Park Mama.
You know? Just, because it might take a Trailer Park Mama to whip them into shape.
That sounds like that'd be Artesia's superhero.
Accurate. Maybe Duke City Lady.
Ooh, you can't
Oh,
try
wow.
to take
Oh wow, dude, you can't. You're
Yeah.
not part of
Oh,
Big City.
yeah,
Yeah.
fair.
Yeah, you're right. You moved.
It could be
If you ever have,
I don't
Part of
know. I haven't
Albuquerque.
been in Rio Rancho long enough. I don't even know. I'd be
It doesn't even have a town motto.
a Rio Rancho lady. You know, just the masked Rio
Deep.
Rancho lady.
And then your suit just has Starbucks on it, CVS Pharmacy,
The Star Center.
the Star Center.
I would really hope that if Albuquerque's vigilante was out here, they'd have red pepper spray and green pepper spray, and they'd
Yeah.
be running around just red, green, or both.
Red, green, or
macing everybody.
Yeah, you
So-
want some Christmas, motherfucker?
The slogan is the City of Vision.
The City of Vision.
Yeah.
You know, we have Intel. All right, I'll be Intel lady.
Intel is actually they scaled way down. Yeah.
Oh, sad.
There's
Okay.
700 people left. I think.
Way to just
Enron
shit
woman.
on everything I say, Chris.
well,
This
you
is
moved
why
to
people
Rio
are like,
Rancho.
does Chris hate you?
It's
And I'm
a-
like, no, he loves me, except for then oh, my family moved into a really nice house that makes us really happy. And then you're
I
just
upgraded my whole life.
yeah.
No,
Let
it's
me
great.
oh great, Holly, you moved to this shitty fucking place that has crime and fuck you.
Rio Rancho. We still have the Kmart.
Hey, oh wait, no, they closed the Kmart.
Oh,
here.
never
They
mind.
closed the
No,
Kmart,
they
don't.
Chris.
Kmart.
No. I thought we had a Kmart here, but I remember
No,
they
they're
did
gone.
close then.
They
yeah.
closed all of the Kmarts.
All of them, yeah. Which I thought was okay.
riddance.
Let's talk about bad decisions. So I don't run any corporations, but when Kmart, when Sears, or whoever, one of them bought the other one.
Yeah.
It's well, we're failing. Let's buy this other failing thing.
Yeah.
Right.
It was great, Chris. It's like me moving to Rio Rancho.
It's called consolidation.
Did you ever go into a Kmart before they closed?
Yes.
Really close to
Terrible.
the end?
It was
like a
terrible.
time capsule.
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah.
It's like, wow, you still sell those. I found a Zune at one of them.
Wow.
I was like, I want to buy this.
See, it was like whenever all the Allsups used to still have all the shitty wood
Oh, yeah.
paneling.
Oh, yeah. And now the
You're
Allsups, they've sold the Allsups.
I know,
They
that
did.
was so sad.
What happened with the? I'm still upset about the 7-Eleven.
Yeah.
What if Rio Rancho still had an Allsups? Would you be okay with it?
They still do it. They still have an Allsups. As far as I know.
As of right now, they got bought out, and I don't know what changes are going to be coming soon.
Yeah.
The
But-
burritos are supposed to stay.
They
Okay.
changed all the boards. They have a different logo now.
I don't like it.
For
It freaks
Allsups?
me out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have a different logo now. They did
Everything.
that. They did that before they sold it.
Oh, okay.
But I mean, we don't have to like it.
No, of course not.
You know, just like you don't like that I moved to Rio Rancho.
Oh no,
in
we just don't
Clovis-
like Rio Rancho.
No, you can move there. It's
You
fine.
can move there all you want.
I
It's
lived in
just the-
Bernalillo at one
It's just
point,
the.
Are you
fact
guys
that
gonna
the
come to
town
my
sucks.
first like barbecue?
No.
I'll be there as long as you're cooking
Thanks,
the turkey.
Ray.
I mean, who's gonna? I mean, we'll have to get a driver. I mean, it's gonna be a thing. Yeah, we'll come.
Thanks.
Go out
Ray.
of town.
Yes, we will.
Actually, I know if I invite you guys somewhere, you'll come.
Of course we will. I mean,
I'll feed you.
This is all in jest. I mean,
I
we don't
know.
really hate the city
Yeah,
of Rio
yeah.
Rancho that bad.
We don't. It's just we have a rivalry, and then I chose to move there, and this is what I deserve.
They're saying in the chat, I wish we had 7-Elevens like the ones overseas.
Oh.
7-Eleven in Japan had fresh
Yeah.
food and delicious snacks.
Right.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Weird.
I can't think of any corner store in the city that has anything that's fairly edible.
You know,
No.
what's-
All subs.
Well,
know what's
also, I mean, I
great?
guess you could eat it, but I wouldn't say it's edible.
Would you eat
Just 'cause
sushi from one of them?
no.
I have had sushi from Smith's, and I thought that was dangerous
It's actually
enough.
not bad.
I thought it was okay.
It's great.
I didn't die.
So in Germany, their truck
That's not a
stops
corner store. That's a freaking
grocery store.
Yeah, but
And they have a guy making them in the store.
They have to hire a sushi chef for it.
Yeah, the Lowe's is like that. They have a guy making them in the store.
Yeah.
All right. But I don't think I would ever do gas station sushi.
No.
Oh, no,
Yeah.
no.
I did one time, regretted
Oh,
it.
God.
It was awful. So when I went to visit my parents in Germany one time, we're on like a little road trip, and my dad's like, "We're gonna eat here. This is the best place to eat." Like, blah blah blah. It was a truck stop, but it was like 5-star dining.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
It was
yeah.
so delicious. I was like, "Why can't we have truck stops like that in like America?"
Hey, man. You can shower at a truck stop.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
sure. But the food
Yeah.
is
We've done that
questionable.
plenty of
I like
times.
Stuckies.
I
You can go
I
to the-
actually got like truck stop sushi one time.
Why?
So I could say that I got truck stop sushi.
I
Come
imagine
on.
truckers have notoriously iron stomachs, so
Right,
Yeah.
right.
yeah.
So you can say what? I died from truck stops.
I also worked at a truck stop strip club.
Yeah, we know.
Was
You
it
know,
the 203?
It was.
Yeah,
She did. She did. You know this place.
So I know of it, but we did go there once, and it was right around the time that the last Twilight movie was coming out.
Okay.
And one of the guys with us was such a big fan of Twilight that he had the tattoo that all the wolf people had, and we
Wow.
ripped this guy constantly about it. And so he had been saying he wanted to go to this strip club because we passed it all the time on I-40
Right.
whenever we're going on wrestling trips. So we had enough time. We just dropped in, and the first thing we do there is me and my tag team partner immediately tell them that we work for the film, and he was one of the
nice.
stars, and that we had to show him around the
And they
town.
fell
So we
for
wanted
it,
to take
right?
him to the famous 203. And so they're like, "Oh, which one were you?" And he's like, "Well, I'm the funny one." And then they're like, "Oh, we remember you." And everybody there was pretending like they knew who he was. So we kept him. Yeah, that place was awful.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
It was great. But so like when you have worked at a place like that, you know, truck stop sushi is like, well, it can't be as bad as 203.
Which smelled like truck stop sushi.
I did have to go to the emergency room. Oh yeah, that's truck stop. It did smell like sushi in 203.
Why'd you have to go to the emergency room?
Oh, from the food poisoning from truck stop sushi. I felt like I was dying.
I thought it was from the 203.
Oh, God.
Oh, I mean, no, I wasn't a stripper there. I was a bartender.
When you say
so.
203, it makes it sound like Holly did some time in like the military.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was. So you were in the military? Yeah, 203. And they're like,
I served-
203.
the fighting 203.
served in the 203.
I served time at the
Oh,
203. It also could be a jail. It could be.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
any number of things.
Well, you worked in a jail too.
I did work in a jail.
Did you eat jail sushi?
Yeah.
Whew, that could be taken a number
That
of
could be
ways.
taken a number of
And no to both.
No to all.
No to all of the things that could be said about jail
Yeah.
sushi. The women's pod in the jail was the scariest place in the jail.
How so?
Yeah.
It just felt more aggressive.
Oh yeah.
And the thing is, I don't even know how to describe it, but like they were so mean in there. They were so fucking mean. I just was like, I never want to go to jail.
Oh my god! Everybody in jail is so mean.
They're
right
so
now.
mean. The
guys
men
need to be
are so
nice.
nice though. I don't know
really?
why.
Are they really?
Yeah, they were so nice. Well, I ran.
Probably all
so-
hitting on you.
Well, I mean, sure. I got a lot of
guess it's a
marriage
female, too.
proposals.
Yep.
I had a guy promise me $10,000 if I brought him a Blake Slaughterburger.
Oh shit.
I was like, but you're in jail, so I feel like you
Does
don't
he have no
that.
taste? I mean, we have Whataburger here.
Oh,
Ooh, those are fighting words.
ooh, fighting
I'm
words.
gonna get shanked in the drive-thru.
I know.
By Blake himself.
Yeah.
Blake.
Mr. Lauderberger himself. The male pods were, though some of them were scary, like the high. So I worked in a corporate jail, so we had like really high level security offenders from all over the country,
Yeah.
and that was scary. But the women's pod,
Scarier.
there was a guy who murdered his wife with a broomstick
Super nice.
her
Super nice guy.
up
Yeah.
her, women parts, up
Yeah.
her vagina. Just that's how he murdered her. He was not as scary as the people in the women's pod.
Wow. You're all Harold. Nice guy.
Nice guy, super nice guy.
Don't let him near the mop closet.
Yeah.
But otherwise,
Don't go
great
near
guy.
him when he has a broom. But there was a lady who had tried to befriend me, and she was missing part of her smoking finger, is what she called it. No, this is and so I was like, that sounds familiar. So I Googled her name, which we weren't supposed to do when we worked there. She was a lady who broke her cousin out of jail in Arizona because they were in a relationship. They drove here, carjacked a couple of old people here in New Mexico, set
I
their
remember
RV
that.
on fire. It was her. And she scared the shit out of me. I was like, nope, never. I don't want to work here anymore. This is terrifying. But, don't ever go to jail.
That's
Is
the
what
moral
I'm
of the
saying.
story, kids.
Mhm.
Yeah.
We're at the end of the first hour, so it's time to promote some shit, especially if you broom handles and whatnot.
Broom handles.
Still want to go to jail.
Holly, what do you got coming up?
Jimmy.
Tomorrow night I have my open mic like I do every Monday at Founders. Is the Idiot Revolution. Come hang with the Nuggets. Bring some nuggets if you want. We never turn down nuggets.
Nice. Is it Nugget Night tomorrow night?
I don't know. I have no idea. You know
Every
what?
night
We
should
don't
be
plan
Nugget
Nugget
Yeah, it
Night.
just happens. It just happens.
It just, people show up with nuggets and we like it. Maybe tomorrow should be Nugget Night. I don't know.
Ooh, I don't know.
I need to eat because I live in Rio Rancho now. So
And they have lots of McDonald's over there.
they do.
Lots of McDonald's. Ron's Empire, big. Smiley, what do you got?
As always, I have second season of Midnight Texas. You can watch me on that. And Daybreak, I do a lot of background on that one. You can see me. It's really fun. And upcoming is Deputy on Fox.
Oh, yeah.
Play...
I did see, you were wondering if there were reshoots. I did see, a thing where they were asking for more people. So, yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, play reporter.
Okay. Ray, what you got?
Next Friday, I'm going to be in Mesa, Arizona for Party Hard Wrestling. I'm going to be facing Shane Marvel in a Tinseltown street fight. We've been going back and forth for a little while, so this is going to be my opportunity to defend the championship of the multiverse against the uninvited. But that'll be going on at the Nile Theater in Mesa on the 6th. And then I just saw that Jack Whitehall, Travels with My Father, is having their Christmas special coming out this December. And you can check me out on Season 3, Episode 1 of their most recent season still when I was wrestling Jack Whitehall. So that's still up on Netflix to see.
Fuck yeah, dude. Check that shit out while you're home with your family.
Yeah.
After they start telling you like how to live your life and why aren't you married? Where are the kids? Where's the grandkids? When are you gonna have some? Go watch that instead.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we don't have anything on the books for the next month except for Holly Ann's recording her
my album.
her album.
December 28th at Tricklock Theater.
Yeah. So come out for that. It's because we're gonna be a live taping, so that should be cool.
Yeah, we're gonna do some
Also, great
stuff.
venue.
It is a great
venue,
venue.
yeah.
It's the best.
Yeah, actually, it is a great. Good place to interview people. We do a live show here most Sundays from 6 to 8 p.m. On ticketminimum.com.
We don't do the show here.
No, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, like live on Facebook.com/10drink. That's what I meant to say. Or go to our website, 10drinkminimum.com. Anywhere. We're not usually at Bar Uno, which is where we're at today. I want to thank them for letting us do a show. We're going to take a break so we can go to the bathroom, and then we'll be back for the wavy hour, so stick around for that. But definitely, when we do the show, we definitely drink, and you should as well. But always remember,
Never get too drunk to jerk 10drinkminimum.com.
Strong, there was
I sold my soul to the bottle. Still none of my friends have left me yet. I'm the same man I was since the age of 13, and I've lived my life with no regrets. If you're looking for some freedom, all it takes is 10 drinks minimum. If you're looking for rhyme or reason, all it takes is 10 drinks minimum.
Oh, yeah. Welcome back for the Wavy Hour. We are live from Bar Uno downtown next to the historic Sunshine Theater. We have Holly Ann's here.
Hello, I'm here.
Ray Basura is here.
I'm here.
And as always, Smiley is here.
Hey.
That's weird. Like in our chat, like CNN News is like
Yeah, I saw those.
popping in.
What?
What is up with that?
Yeah.
CNN.
Mm-hmm.
Weird. What is that? What is that about? Yeah.
Why does it say thanks for the little neckline?
Yeah, okay. It's like, whatever, man. Cool.
What is that?
I don't know. It's fucking weird. It's like CNN News popped in. Maybe there's like an emergency?
But what is the little neckline?
I don't know. Who could know?
CNN News, are you drunk?
Yeah.
Go
Someone
home.
at CNN News is just like, let's get random feeds on Facebook Live and hit it, man.
That's weird.
Yeah, so yeah, we're live down here at Bar Uno. Come on down. We're here for another hour at least. Come say hi, have a drink, sit, adjacent to us because we have equipment in the way.
Yeah, you can sit 10 drink adjacent.
Don't look James in the eye. He doesn't like that.
He doesn't like it. He'll punch you.
He's big
wow.
on that.
Wow, no, that's not like me at all.
No.
Are you sure?
Oh,
Go ahead.
so I have a funny thing. So
Okay.
you know how you've been putting world famous Beef and Bean podcast
Oh,
on?
yeah.
So my grandma,
Uh-huh.
my mom's mom, is deaf, okay? She can't really watch our show because we don't have closed captioning. Please keep it that way. But she'll catch like the video of it and then she's like, "Oh, I didn't realize that your podcast is about beef and beans." I'm from Portales. We used to
Wow.
grow beans. I don't know.
Now she's really upset that she can't follow it.
I know.
yeah.
She's like, I'm
gonna need
really.
some good beef
She's
and
like,
bean
I'm behind on the
recipes.
beef and bean industry. I need to know what's going
I don't
on.
have
You
the
know, I
up-to-date
gotta-
beef and
Well,
bean
and then she
news.
was like, "Is it hard to come up with topics to talk about every week about beef and beans?" I'm like, "You would be
Oh,
surprised,
man,
Grandma."
man.
No.
I mean, there's farts.
There's steakhouses. There's burritos.
How do you eat the meat? Rare, medium rare. So I was watching this movie on Netflix that came out this weekend, The Irishman.
Oh,
Martin Scorsese. Have you heard of it?
I've heard of it. I haven't seen it.
'Kay.
yeah. I've heard like such polarizing
Yeah,
things.
yeah.
Either you love it or you hate it.
So first of all, Martin Scorsese came out and was like, "Oh, all the comic book movies are they're not really cinema. They're a circus."
Ugh, rude.
Which is, whatever. For me, I'm like, I don't understand why like one artist would attack another artist, whatever. So I watched this movie because Martin Scorsese has made some of the greatest films
Yeah, of all time.
of all time.
Right.
Goodfellas, Casino,
Yep.
Raging Bull, and I feel like did I like The Irishman? First of all, it's well over 3 hours.
Jesus.
Like it's like 3.5.
Wow.
Something like that. It's long. Now,
And it's a Netflix original too, correct?
Well, I think that they had to do that because it was 3.5 hours. No, about 3.5 hours.
Yeah.
Netflix
I mean, it might.
isn't doing that though.
Yep.
Yeah.
They're like,
So-
we would like to give you full reign to just do anything that you want.
As long as you
Yeah.
want.
And you're Martin Scorsese. So then, Joe Pesci's in it. Robert De Niro's in it. Harvey Keitel is in it.
Joe Pesci's
Wow.
in
Oh, yeah.
that?
Oh, Joe Pesci's one of the main characters.
He retired.
He came out of, I mean, dude, it's
Well-
Martin Scorsese's like, you want to be in a movie? You're like, okay.
right.
Yeah.
So, acting-wise, fan-fucking-tastic.
Uh-huh.
Storyline-wise, fantastic.
Uh-huh.
Now, the harsh reality is Robert De Niro, Joe Pesci, old.
Yeah.
Old as hell. So they have Robert De Niro playing himself at 30.
What?
Yeah, oh yeah. Like so there's there's parts of it where they're old
But he
and
was
parts
ripped at 30.
Right.
He was like,
Well, they can fix most of that now.
Right.
you think that. So it's not the way he looks.
Oh,
So-
it's the way he's acting.
It's the way he walks. Okay, so he has to beat a guy up.
Mm-hmm.
And it is much like you think an old man. Like, so first of all, they have made up to look like he's in his 30s, which he does.
did they give him a cane?
No, but I mean, as he's beating the guy up, you're just like, oh god.
Why wouldn't they just like put the face over like a 30
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Because like when he's like trying to kick the guy when he's on the ground, it just looks really, really bad.
Oh, that's sad.
And
That's what stuntmen are for.
I thought that's what I thought the same
Literally.
thing.
Yeah.
Like we could see him from behind, just beating the shit out of this guy,
Right.
stomping the guy's hand in the,
Right.
And they show him with like kids. He has his kids, and it's like seeing Robert De Niro in makeup as his 30-year-old self. You can, it gives it away.
Well, he's like, the thing is, he's like at the age where he's not just getting older, like he's up there.
No, he's
And he's done a lot in
full
his
on
life.
old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's done a lot in his life that, he's not going to be able to move
Right.
like he's 30. He's
And I
not
don't know
gonna
why
be able
they thought that. They're like, he's like supposed to be punching the guy in the stomach and like throwing him to the ground and stomping on him, and you're just like,
Jeez.
oh boy, that's
how
terrible.
old is he?
That's terrible looking.
I don't know.
I'll look it up here.
I don't know why they did that. I have no
That's
idea.
such a weird thing
And that's
to do.
the only knock I have on it.
Maybe he wouldn't agree to
Well, that's
having another actor or something.
Oh, well, I was thinking,
Yeah.
like, maybe it's not like not the best thing, but it's like so much extra money has to go into that to recreate him being 30.
He's 76.
Oh, he's
Oh,
76.
jeez.
my-
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's the one thing that really takes you out of it.
Yeah.
And other than that, the acting is, I mean, Pesci, amazing. Pesci's always amazing, though, And it's really interesting to see because, like, in Casino, like in Casino and in Goodfellas, Pesci was always kind of like the underling.
Yeah.
And De Niro was kind of like above him, and it's kind of a flip flop. De Niro's
Right.
kind of the underling. So, I'm sorry. And who else is in it? Hooah. Al Pacino.
Al
is
Pacino.
also in it.
Wow.
So it's and they're the three main characters. It's Pesci, Al Pacino, and Robert De Niro.
What is
all.
it about? I
Okay.
haven't even like.
So he's the Irishman. He's I don't know if I have to look this up. I don't know if I'm sure he was probably a real person. So within the crime families of the 50s, 60s, 70s, and early 80s,
Yeah.
he worked for them.
Oh, okay.
And like as they're going through the movie, they'll show a character and they'll be like Tommy two nose, and it'll say shot 4 times, found dead in his house. Like
wow.
it'll say the year. They'll show you the character and they'll show you when they died.
I guess I'm trying to figure out why they needed De Niro to be 30. Like, is it
Well-
about the movies being made?
So the
or?
synopsis says a mob hitman recalls his possible involvement with the slaying of Jimmy Hoffa. So
There's also that. So I didn't want to give it too much away, but like he worked for Jimmy Hoffa. So he works for Joe. I'll give you as best synopsis I can without giving anything away. So he works for Joe Pesci's character, who's like a mob boss,
Right.
And then Pesci works for Harvey Keitel, and Harvey Keitel's like a really high up
Holy shit! This is a great cast.
That
Right.
sounds
Amazing
right.
cast, right?
So I
Well,
was
you
just
also
wondering,
forgot to mention that Ray Romano.
Oh,
Ray
yeah. Oh, yeah.
Romano
You're right.
is in it.
There's a
He's
ton of
prestigious.
actors. Yeah. He also is a big character in it.
But I guess what I was wondering is like, I guess what I'm getting at is so Robert De Niro isn't playing Robert De Niro at 30.
No.
He's playing because like
Yeah.
you made it sound like he's
Yeah.
playing himself. I was like,
No,
what
no,
is
no.
this movie about? Like
he's
what?
playing. He's playing the character in the 30. Like, okay, so it all starts out like his truck breaks down. He's like he's back from the war, and his truck breaks down. That he's delivering meat, and he meets Joe Pesci's character, and he didn't know who he was because he was, a mob boss. And then he finds out like he starts making money any way he can, and he's like stealing the meat and selling it out of the truck, and then,
As you do.
Like you do.
yeah, as you do. And so he gets pinched, and then he doesn't tattle on anybody, so that helps him go up higher. And sooner or later, he like works for Joe Pesci, and then they need a favor to blow up some taxi cabs that are driven by non-union taxi workers. So, Jimmy Hoffa, who's Al Pacino, brings them in, and he helps them blow up a bunch of taxis. So then he hires him to work for him.
Right.
So I can just go home and watch this tonight, right?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
on Netflix.
Amazing.
So it's all about
Yeah.
him working for Jimmy Hoffa and the mob at the same
Okay.
time.
So what I'm getting from this is it was not necessary for him to play himself at 30.
Absolutely
Like
not.
they could have gotten another actor.
They could have got a younger actor. They could have done a younger person stuntman and then just put
Weird.
his face on there.
You know what I've been watching on Netflix that is also a Netflix original that I did not know about?
What?
Peaky Blinders.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you seriously? You just
I
started
just
on
started, and
I've
it
only
is
seen one
so
of them.
good. And I can't get my internet connected until Thursday,
Oh,
and I
man.
am dying.
Yeah.
Oh,
You can't do like
Cable
streaming from your
One?
phone?
No, we can't. We can't. I don't even know. We have to get. I don't even want to talk about the internet thing in Rio Rancho because that's so our provider. We are literally 200 feet from their last
Oh,
cable.
Always.
So I can't just transfer. Anyway, Rio
on your
Rancho
own.
is great. So yeah, Peaky Blinders. I just want to watch all the episodes right now.
It sounds fantastic.
I wanted to take a moment. I found a photo of the different De Niros from
Yes,
this show.
I wanna see it.
And it has, I guess, like the 4.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
no. I mean,
I forgot whenever they showed him in the war.
So
Yeah.
he just always makes the same face.
I mean,
of
duh.
course.
That's the De Niro face.
It's weird seeing him as like an underling and not like in a position of power
Right.
whatsoever,
Because he's
Um,
always like the big,
oh,
strong, powerful
And
guy.
Jesse Plemons is also in the movie.
Oh.
He's from Friday Night Lights, and then
Oh,
in,
yeah,
Breaking
yeah.
Bad, he's the guy that Todd. He shot the kid.
Yeah.
Did you guys watch El Camino?
Yes.
Did yeah.
Okay, so I just watched it. Again, I'm behind. I get it.
I'm behind too.
Um,
I haven't seen that one yet.
I couldn't get into El Camino,
Oh man,
and I
loved
think
it.
I'm gonna have to try rewatching it. But for whatever, and I'm a huge Breaking Bad fan, but for whatever reason,
Apparently
I was
not.
kind of. I know.
Wait, are you saying you couldn't get into the show, or you just couldn't get into the El Camino car that drove up?
No, I can get into an El Camino. Thank you, Chris. But just like I wanted your guys' opinion. Was it a necessary thing? Should I
No.
stick with it?
No, it was not necessary.
Yeah, just because it was, I think it was great, but it was completely
Right.
unnecessary.
Right. Okay.
I'm
Yeah.
exactly that. Everybody's like, well, it wasn't necessary. And I go, okay, a lot of things aren't necessary, but
Right.
But if I stick with it,
okay. First, let me explain it to you like this. Go into it knowing it's an epilogue.
okay.
It's an epilogue of Breaking Bad. It's not something completely different. It's just basically what happened to Jesse after the last episode of Breaking Bad. That's
Okay.
exactly what it is.
It's like the love letter that Vince Gilligan probably should have given everyone 10 years ago. I don't know how
Okay.
long ago
Yeah,
it
yeah.
was that it
And
ended, but
he, it's just that. It's only that. It's an epilogue. It's not something new. And everybody's like, well, I didn't like the villains. I'm like, well, would you want the old ones to come back to life? I don't get where
Right.
you're going.
Yeah.
And so it's just what happened to Jesse. and it's a little movie. You know,
all right, cool. I will watch it.
I thought it was fantastic.
It feels like another episode, and it's
Okay.
self-contained. If you never watch it, no big deal. If you do watch it, you'd be like, great, I've seen it, and that
Right.
was that. And it doesn't...
I watched like 10 minutes of it, and then I was like, I don't know.
And also think of it as an old Western from the 50s.
Right,
Okay.
yeah.
It is that. It's like him trying to get the F out of Dodge, and there's actually a lot of Western components in it, like, to the T, you know? And it's fine. And people are like, oh, my God, it was not what I wanted. And okay, well, you know, go write your fan fiction. Who gives a fuck what you want?
Right. Go watch.
There's a lot of that nowadays where people are like, well, it didn't end like it should have. Well,
I hate that.
Well, how should it have ended?
It's like, well, it ended the way the writer wanted it to end.
Right.
So deal with it.
Game of Thrones is a big one of that one.
You know, I watched the Game of Thrones, and so my stepdaughter is named after Daenerys.
Okay.
And we watched that last episode, and we're like, it's an appropriate name for her.
Okay, yeah.
You know, some of her temper tantrums. Because I don't want to give it away for people who haven't. But, I mean, some of her temper tantrums are exactly like that. So.
Well, I feel like whenever you have these, these franchises, and people get too invested. I mean, first of all, people who are, what do you call it? What kind of fanatics?
Yeah.
You know, they almost ruin it. Like Star Wars was like has been the worst. You know, the fanatics are like, you know, and I mean, there's some of that's like warranted. I mean, but we have this new show, The Mandalorian.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
It's pretty amazing. It's one of the best.
Baby
Star Wars
Yoda.
things. Yeah.
Baby Jabba the Hutt
But-
also.
No, that was a fake.
Was it?
Oh, all I can think though is like they're really telling a really amazing story. I hope they don't set themselves up for a failure because I mean, and they are,
right?
Because the ending is never going to be good enough for everyone that's out there,
right?
No.
Well, as somebody who, you know, writes scripts and things like that, I think I get another perspective on it where like I don't really get mad no matter how a story ends because I understand that this is how the person who created this universe in their head wanted it to end. The only time I get mad is when they get canceled ahead of time and have to like rush an ending. That sucks.
Well,
but that's not the writer's fault.
No.
But what makes me mad is when people, you know, you're such a fan of the show and you watch it every week and you're so into it and you can't just go with the flow. This is how the writer that created the thing you love so much wants it to end. And I think people need to start respecting that and also just shut the fuck up. I don't want to hear about it. You know, like that's how your show ended. Fucking get over it. It's a TV show.
I think a big thing that's like crippling these franchises is like the fan theory.
Yeah.
One fan's theory could be it's like.
Well, and I think sometimes the writers, I have seen also where like the writer will go with what the fan theory is. Like they'll change their whole, and then it sucks. It just sucks. Like just let the writer do their thing. Enjoy the show. Sit back, watch it, get over it.
I would agree with you, but if you ever saw the end of Dexter...
That's one that I don't agree with. But that was like... That wasn't even me being like, well, that's not how it should... That was just like, is this the same writer? Like, it was literally like, did this follow... I understand that. But when they literally go, like, I don't know. Well, Dexter was bullshit.
I feel like when the reason why that happened is because it's gone on longer than they anticipated.
Yeah, it jumped the shark.
Yeah. So what I love is like, you know, in Europe, they do a show and they'll go, we're going to do 5 seasons. Or we're going to do this many seasons. Da-da-da. So the person who's like that.
And they don't even call it seasons.
No, they don't. The person who's really like that is Danny McBride. So he did Eastbound and Down.
Yes. Yeah.
And then HBO was like, after the 4th season, they were like, okay, are you ready for another season? He goes, no, it's over. It's done. We finished it. And they're like, no, you have a contract. You have to make that 5th season. So he had to make a 5th season, and it really angered him.
Yeah, and he wasn't into it.
No. So when he came out and did Vice Principals,
yes,
he goes, I'll only sign a contract for 2 seasons, and that's when it ends. And they filmed all 2 seasons in one.
Yep.
And then what a fun show, too.
Yeah. And then have you watched The Royal Gemstones?
Yes.
So he's doing the same thing with this.
Righteous.
It has the right. I'm sorry,
yes.
The Righteous.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's like beginning, end, and he has it all written out. You like the product.
Well, he's figured out what works for him.
Yeah.
And that's the other thing. Is like sometimes I think people get a little greedy or whatever. But one series that I think did a good job of surviving something that nobody thought they would. So I'm a huge Grey's Anatomy fan.
Okay, yeah.
I don't know if anybody else here
No,
is.
I don't cry that
But
much.
No.
a couple of seasons ago, one of the main characters decided he didn't want to be McDreamy anymore. He wanted to go race cars.
Oh, yeah,
And
yeah.
he said, fuck you to all the fans, everybody. Like, the storyline had gone the way that the fans had wanted it to go for a long time. And he was like, no, I'm going to go race cars. I'm going to pay off this contract. Fuck all the fans, whatever. I hope he dies in a fiery car crash. But,
Whoa.
so, yeah, no,
Yeah.
seriously, this is how serious the fandom is. And
Yeah,
so
yeah,
when
yeah.
he left, we're all like, well, what the fuck? Because he also kind of, the reason the fans were so mad was because he left at a point where it was like, you could ride this out. You could ride it out and give yourself like a better out, not ruin everything that's been built. And so I thought Shonda Rhimes, who writes Grey's Anatomy, she's a genius. I thought, I don't know how she's going to recover this, and she killed it.
Really? Okay.
But I have never seen a show
Yeah.
be able to survive a main character just kind of going, fuck you.
Fandom can be vicious. I mean, the
Yeah.
Star Wars fan bullied that little kid for
Oh,
Phantom
yeah.
Menace until he had to go
Yes.
to a psychiatrist.
Oh, that's right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
He was terrible, though.
He,
He was a
Ooh,
child.
he's a
little
baby.
boy.
He's
so
a baby.
let me ask you this about the McDreamy guy.
Yep.
Does he not know the story of Frankie Munoz? Have you heard? You know the story? Of
Oh,
Frankie?
yeah.
He
Oh,
went.
we
He
can't
went.
even-
He went and raced cars.
Yeah.
And he's like wrecked so many times that like
Yeah.
he doesn't remember doing
Well,
Malcolm in the Middle. He has
I mean,
no recollection.
Oh,
of
wow.
it.
McDreamy just, you know, I think, here's the thing. I think he thought,
You raced your cars.
right. I think he thought, like, oh, I've done this show for so many years. I'm still going to have a
Oh,
fan
yeah.
base, blah, blah, blah. But, like, he chose the worst time to leave. And if you're a real fan of
What's
Grey's
that?
Anatomy, you know what I'm talking about is, like, what the fuck are you doing?
What's the actor's name? He's from the 80s.
I can't even remember right
I'm
now.
gonna pull it up. Okay.
Just look up Derek Shepherd. There you go.
It is.
It's, I don't even want to say his
Patrick
name.
Dempsey.
Yeah.
So now we're gonna do something.
We're going to look
Oh.
up his race car career.
Is he?
How are
How
they?
is he? Are we gonna do a
How are
how
they
is
doing?
he?
Yeah.
Oh, good. Good.
See. So he's quitting to go drive cars. So he's
No,
clearly
he
okay.
already quit like
So-
a long time ago,
So he's clearly okay.
and he quit after like a lot of other characters had
Okay.
died. It was unfair and not nice.
So Patrick Dempsey, who played McDreamy, he's quitting
Yes.
to race cars.
yes,
So let's see.
he already quit years ago.
How old is he? He's got to be in his like.
A million years old.
50s. He's in his
He's
50s.
losing his looks.
Oh really?
You wouldn't be
I'm
saying
just
that if he's
bitter.
still on the show. You'd be
I
like, he
know.
looks great.
Wow.
He's
Lindsay.
so
He's
handsome.
53. He's 53 years old. So how
I'm not
much
gonna
money do you think? And Billy's in the chat. Billy can play along.
All
How
right,
much
wh-
money do you
Where's
think?
he live at?
Yeah, where does he live?
Why don't I've never thrown that out.
You know
before.
what? He probably lives in Jersey somewhere now, in a dumpster. I hope.
Wow.
Is he okay? Billy, can you tell us what you think Patrick Dempsey is worth that he can go off and race
Oh,
cars?
net worth.
I'm
Net
gonna
worth.
say he has like 20 million,
You're gonna say $20
10,
million.
15 million. I don't know.
Well, no, throw out a guess.
That's three different guesses.
I know. I'm gonna say 15 million. I'm gonna go with
Okay.
15 million.
Okay, and he's been on this show for a long
A
time. right?
long time,
Okay,
I'm gonna s-
long enough to break our hearts.
all right.
I'm gonna say Patrick Dempsey has 12 million.
You said how much?
15.
Billy says 20. You say 12?
I said 12.
I'm jumping to 50.
I'm okay. I'm
Yeah.
gonna say 30. All right. Let's see where he's at.
Race car
Wow.
drivers make a lot of money.
No.
He's probably got
We
way
are
more.
all off except for Ray. Patrick Dempsey is worth $60 million.
Yeah,
Fuck
race car
him.
drivers make a lot of money.
Yeah,
Well,
but he's not good.
He's not gonna. Yeah, he's not getting race. He's,
Well, okay, well,
He's
I would-
hobby race car driver.
I would be really bothered
To be
if
fair-
some of the best race car drivers were making only 60 million. Well, not bothered,
oh,
but
Tristan said
I just
13.
know they're going to.
We're all
make
way
a
off.
lot.
It's 60.
Yeah.
$60 million.
That makes me mad.
So he was making. This is insane.
So he took like a jump up.
Well, hold on. Here's
No.
how much he was making for Grey's Anatomy.
Yeah.
That show must have a shitload of you watching.
Oh yeah.
How much? Take a guess. How many thousands he's making per episode?
Per episode.
Oh, yeah.
I know that Ellen Pompeo makes a lot. She's a main character. I would say at least like. I would
Per
say.
episode.
I would say per episode at least 40,000.
Okay. If you, I mean,
am I taking a guess?
yeah,
here?
oh yeah, because I mean,
Okay, because
let-
40,000 is like something that I could fucking actually get.
What?
No, it's not. But I mean, if you were an actor, sure. But I mean, you got to think he got to $60 million somehow.
Did you just call me not an actor?
You're a background actor. You can't get 40,000 episode.
Fair.
Well, yeah, if I can.
If Midnight Texas is giving you 40
Alright,
grand an episode.
With that show, he was probably making
This is gonna blow your brain.
$100,000.
See, I was
least,
gonna
that's
say
what
that,
I
but
was
I
thinking.
felt like that was
Yeah.
like insane.
No,
No.
I was thinking
Oh,
at
no.
least 100K, if not.
Yeah.
I
like,
mean, because
you
that
know.
show is
Okay.
insane.
At least
about this.
100,000.
The Friends on the Friends
Oh, yeah.
show were making $1 million apiece
Yeah.
per episode.
Yeah.
Fair.
So I mean, you gotta think. I mean, this guy's got $60 million. All
All right,
So-
120,000.
right, what do you think?
I guess I'll go up to like 150K, yeah.
Can I turn-
$350,000
Shit.
per episode.
Yeah,
Wow.
and he gave that up
Yeah.
to go drive cars.
I mean,
what
I
you
guess
got?
you do that long
Left-hand
enough,
turns.
and it's like, well, what do I need to keep doing
$60
these?
million. How much do you need?
I
Yeah.
mean, but here's the thing. I don't know. I mean, I just think, if you knew what like the Grey's Anatomy fandom is, like, I mean, that's not just like
Oh, he
making
can-
money.
He can
It's
do
like,
the Grey's Anatomy. What do you call
Oh
those?
my God.
Expo.
like
to the
you could have a
Comic-Cons.
whole convention just for Grey's Anatomy fans. Like
Oh,
it
I'm
is
sure.
so involved, and I've been watching it since I was a freshman in high school, on to now. It's been going on for
Think about what
15
the crowd would
years.
look like for that.
Oh, it'd be me
Oh,
all
and
day long.
he lives in Malibu and in Texas.
Yeah, I'm sure.
And in Texas.
Oh yeah.
But I mean, I think the crowd would just be a bunch of 30-year-old women just losing their
Oh, yeah,
shit.
oh, yeah.
But I love the show so much, and it is held up. This is the only show that I have watched this long that I can honestly say that this season I feel just as invested as the first
They're
season.
still making seasons?
Yes,
I thought this was like an
absolutely.
old show.
And you know what? It gets better. No. Like, and honestly, this is the only show that I would say this about. It gets better as it changes because she brings in new characters and like revitalizes it. She keeps up with what's going on.
Yeah.
So they have like a trans person. So she keeps up with what's going on and the political issues, the social issues, all the things.
So this is like the South Park of crying.
Yes, exactly. Yes, and every season, the season finale makes me cry so hard. So this is the best Grey's Anatomy story. My ex-husband, I was still married at the time, there was a huge accident where a bunch of people died. My ex-husband walked into the house, and I'm crying. And he's like, what happened? And I tell him that 2 characters died. And I said it so convincing. He was like, oh, my God. 2 of your friends died in a plane crash? I'm so sorry. It was 2 Grey's Anatomy characters.
Oh wow.
He thought it was real friends.
Thank you.
I mean, I guess in a way they are.
They are.
So
Not
Billy-
anymore. They're dead. So
Billy goes $60 million in Texas. He's a billionaire. That's like a billionaire.
well, it
there.
depends where he lives in Texas, though. To be real,
Okay.
oil
If you had
money.
$60 million, and you move to Albuquerque. You are the richest person probably in town.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, if I had $60 million, I would not be living in Rio Rancho. Let's be real.
No, that's where you would be.
Yeah, you would just buy the entire town.
I would buy all of it.
You'd be like, and now this is mine town.
Yeah, you're all.
This
I'm just
is mine
gonna
now.
build a. Yeah, you make it look like a Tatooine.
Hollyville.
It's called Holly.
Oh, there you go.
Holly. Yeah. I was gonna try to make it sound like Tatooine, but I can't do it.
Man,
This is where I live now.
The Mandalorian, going back to the Star Wars.
Is it good?
It's
Oh,
fantastic.
yeah, it's
I
so
haven't
good.
watched it yet.
Yeah, going back to Star Wars fandom and how toxic they can be. Chris, I think hit the nail on the head. I don't think there's an ending that can happen this finale that people are not going to shit all over. I am looking forward to the journey, but I'm also looking forward to seeing how bad everybody just tears it apart, no matter what.
So I've got to talk about something that happened to me this week that ties into all this.
Okay.
So.
Is it Cheesemay?
Friends of the no.
Oh.
Friends of the show. There's a podcast in town that we really like. It's called Have You Seen? It's our friends Justin and Austin, and they had me on the show.
They're really good.
They're really good. And what they do is they do a podcast where they have a friend who has grown up his entire life and never watched all the major films that you should watch. Ghostbusters, Raiders of the Lost Ark.
All the things.
So they do a preamble to the podcast where they're like, so what do you think by the title is going to happen on this movie?
Oh, okay.
And then he tells them, and then they watch it, and then they come back and they like discuss it with him, because this is like his first time seeing like Gremlins,
Okay.
Anyway, he was out of town. This is not a lie. He makes board games, and so he was out of town consulting with a company in Japan.
Awesome.
I couldn't make that up. So anyway, they're like, hey, would you like to come on and be a guest on this show? And I've done it before. And I was like, sure. And they're like, well, have you seen the Star Wars holiday special?
Oh, wait.
course.
Is it the Wookiee one?
Yes.
Yes. I've seen
Where they
this.
have a
It's
Wookiee
great.
family?
And I had not. So I watched this.
But you heard my joke about it, right?
No.
Oh.
Do it.
Okay, go. No, I don't. No.
Okay.
I just thought you were there that night. So I was like, oh, but you okay, never mind.
So, it couldn't have been a better time for me to see this because apparently John, how do you say, Favreau?
Yep.
Loves this thing.
Yes.
So much that there's
my God.
a lot of stuff in The Mandalorian from it.
What?
I didn't know
Yes.
that.
Oh, yes.
Wait. In The Mandalorian,
Yes.
there's
Like,
references
probably like
to
Easter eggs, like little winks.
Not-
I imagine.
no.
No?
But I mean,
No.
how did they get so
All right.
many things out of that? Okay, continue. I'm
So-
sorry.
It's a 3-hour special.
The
There's
first
a
thing
lot
is
of material.
in the first episode of The Mandalorian, no spoiler, it's just there. The guy's like, oh, man. He's like, it's too bad you picked me up. I was really hoping I'd be home by Life Day.
Okay.
Which is from,
Oh, yes. Yes, it is.
it's from that.
Yes.
Okay. So in the Star Wars Christmas special,
Yes.
there is a cartoon,
Yes.
and it's the first appearance of Boba Fett.
Yes.
Okay.
And the gun that Boba Fett has is the gun the Mandalorian has.
Oh, like the
What?
rifle?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm
Yes.
getting more excited for The Mandalorian
And
now.
come to find out, Jon Favreau wants to redo the holiday special.
Oh, no. Just
Oh my
leave
God,
it how
oh my
it
God.
is. Just leave it how it is. It's so horrible. It's good.
so bad, dude. And like,
It's so
If
bad.
you've never seen this, Art Carney is in it.
Yes.
Who's Art Carney? The Honeymooners. He's
Yes.
the non-Jackie
Yes.
Gleason guy. He's the other guy.
Yes.
If you don't know who the Honeymooners are,
Google it.
I'm
what's
so
the-
sorry for you.
right, yeah. Then Harvey Korman from Carol Burnett Show
Yes.
has like 3 different parts in it.
Yeah.
He plays like a blackface
Yeah.
woman on TV
Yes.
making bantha stew.
Yes.
And then like a robot, and then what was the third one? It was something else. So then B. Arthur
Yes.
sings a song in the cantina.
That was excitement. Sorry.
Yeah. It is so bad. But it
It's
was-
not bad. It's amazing.
But it's crazy how I was like watching this, and I was like, shit, that's in the Mandalorian. I was like, what the
I
fuck?
need to watch The Mandalorian now because
It's fantastic.
I'm going to love it.
I have not seen the holiday special.
Oh, you need to watch
I've
it.
only seen like highlights of it and like people
It's-
like talking about
It's 3 hours
Yeah,
long.
yeah.
It's
Dude, it's super long.
a lot of it is in
Wookiee.
Wookiee
Yeah.
that you can't.
Oh, there's 30 minutes of the show where there's no dialogue. It's all Wookiee with no
Subtitles.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, there's a creepy scene where the grandpa
Oh, yeah.
Wookiee is like in this weird pod
Yep.
and he's like watching porn.
Yep. Itchy. Yep.
It's great. Oh yeah, his name's like Itchy, right?
And he has like this weird underbite that comes up to his nose. Yeah.
It's great. But so I thought you were there this night, but there was a guy who made like a Star Wars reference, and I got up there, and his reference was wrong. And then I mentioned the Wookiee holiday special.
Whoa.
And it was like the moment where the comedy dudes were like, oh my God, she's such a nerd. And I'm okay with it. I love Star Wars, but the Wookiee holiday special is like...
Oh, it's so bad.
It's a source of so much joy for me because it's so bad it's good.
It has a 2.1 out of 10.
Yeah. No, it's not good.
So
but it's good because it's hilarious.
If you watch it on...
It's so bad.
If you watch it on YouTube, it has commercials still, right?
Yeah.
From that time period.
Yeah.
That was the highlight of this whole thing.
Yes.
So 4 commercials for cars. Mm-hmm. One of them had a car in it. Other 3, no cars. So I was alive during this time. I was born in 1975.
When did this air?
78.
Okay.
So I'm watching these commercials, and there's one for Pontiac, and the guy comes out, this white guy. He comes out and he goes, "I inspect every motor that comes through here, and that ain't no jive." That was my shit. So I've been saying that all week. I'll be like, man, it's cold outside, and that ain't no jive.
Oh my God. I need to rewatch it.
So this is saying it's 2 hours with commercials.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, it feels like 10 hours.
It feels like 10
You
hours.
know, it's hard. You know what? I'm going to make my stepdaughter watch it.
Is it the edited
why?
version?
That's child abuse.
There is an edited
She'll
version
love it.
too, without the commercials.
Yeah, and
but
that-
I don't feel like you should do that because
No, you need the commercials.
Oh yeah, especially the one where it's like the women's textile union,
Yes.
and it's a man who's like, the women's textile union needs your help, and then all of a sudden these women come out around him and they're singing.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, thank God that man was here to tell us about.
Thank
the
God
women's
that
textile
man
union.
was here to mansplain.
Yeah.
Where do you guys even watch this? Because the first thing
I
looked
have it
here
on
is
DVD.
Because it says that they never released it on
Nope.
video.
Nope.
You can
So
get
it's
it-
on YouTube.
I got
Okay.
it on DVD, but
I
I
don't know
got
how.
it from a con.
Okay. So here's what happened.
I have it on VHS.
Lucas never wanted it to be shown ever again.
Because it was like a TV special.
So
Yeah.
people recorded it probably on Betamax,
Yep.
and so they have an actually really good quality version of it, probably somewhere.
Yep.
And then they've just bootlegged it. It's all
Yep.
bootlegged.
I got
George
mine at a
Lucas
con.
tried and failed to buy up all the master copies to make sure
Yep.
that it was never broadcast
Yes.
again.
He hated it.
Yeah.
I have it on a DVD that I bought at
It's awful.
a huge premium, and I will let you borrow it. It has the commercials and everything.
It has and I'm missing parts. So Harrison Ford's in it.
Yes.
Anthony Daniels as C-3PO
Yes.
in it.
I mean, most of the original cast. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mark Hamill's in it.
James Earl
All the
Jones.
people in
James Earl
it.
Jones. And let's not forget a highly intoxicated Carrie Fisher.
Yes.
Ooh.
Highly
Singing,
intoxicated.
singing.
Yes.
So the final scene is, I hope I don't spoil this for people who haven't seen it
Oh, yeah.
in 30-some years.
Spoiler alert.
So the
Spoiler alert.
So this is like the indigenous people of this planet. And
Yeah.
the white woman shows up to the party and she's like, let me give a speech and then sing.
Yeah.
And it's just like an awkward party
It's
where
so
that
awkward.
would happen. And
Yeah.
like they're panning around and like even Harrison Ford's like, what the fuck? Like it's almost like Carrie Fisher was just like, I'm going to sing right now. Cool.
Hey,
Like
do you
nobody
guys,
else knew that she was gonna do it.
Right.
Hey, do you guys want to come to my new house in Rio Rancho, have a
No.
holiday party, and watch the Star Wars
holiday
holiday special?
The Star Wars
I'll
Holiday
cook.
Special.
I'll make a homemade roast.
How
Okay.
will we get back to like a regular city?
Well, if you don't want to
Well.
come for my homemade roast,
They're saying that Lucas bought all the original New Hope to never be seen. Well, yeah, because he sent it out, but there's still original versions out there. Because I mean, of course, people had them, you know.
oh, Billy Belmont said Ewoks for days.
Ewoks for days.
I love Ewoks.
Well,
They
and
are
then
the
there's
best.
still. So I mean, we don't have to watch that one. There's still the Battle for Endor.
Yeah. There's like the Ewok thing.
There's 2 of them.
Yeah, there's so many things we could watch, but I mean, I will make a
I've never seen
homemade
those either.
roast if you guys want to come over and watch them.
Let me explain what life was like when I was a child.
You had one channel.
you had
You had to
12.
walk-
You had 12. Okay.
You had to walk uphill both ways everywhere.
Everything was in black and white.
Here we go. So we had 12 channels.
You had a clicker.
And you had a little knob that went click, 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 click around. I'm not making
See?
this up.
Clicker.
So I remember when the USA Network came out, it was cable. And you could turn it to channel 12 and then push in this little like white knob that was like after you open the panel and like turn it and it would like skew the channel and then you would have USA Network on channel 12.
Okay.
But if you wanted channel 12, you had to skew it back. So I remember.
Why did you have to skew it?
That's what I mean. I think like the tuning in was
Yeah, the
literally like tuning the
Tuning
channel.
tuned it. You
in.
tuned
Yeah.
the channel to like
Weird.
that. Yeah, to
Yeah.
that. Yeah,
Okay.
Like a radio. So I remember when these came out, and everybody's like, "You haven't seen this? You were alive then?" I go, "Yeah." If you fucking missed it, you fucking
missed
Yeah,
it.
it was over.
There was no TiVo.
No.
Yeah.
Fuck no. And then when the VCR came out, if you didn't like, you had to sit there and like figure out
Yeah.
what time it was going to come on.
Exactly.
And then you had to like go into the VCR's
I remember that.
I had a timer. Yeah, I had a timer for my
Yeah.
VCR.
The first, I remember
I timed General Hospital.
the first VCR we ever owned was from Curtis Mathis.
Uh-huh.
And we didn't have a video store in our town, so you went and rented videos from the Curtis Mathis.
Weird.
Yeah.
I don't remember that. We
No,
had
this was
Blockbuster.
Early.
Hastings.
Oh,
This was
R.I.P.
before all
Hastings.
that.
Rest in peace.
R.I.P. I still miss Hastings. I'm still not okay. Blockbuster, whatever, but
So I just, first of all, it was like the places that sold VCRs would rent videos so that, just to kind of.
oh, so you could
Yeah.
enjoy your VCR
Yeah.
that you just
bought
rented.
for-
You just bought for $500.
Wow.
Yeah.
And ours was,
VCRs were $500.
oh, dude, they were
Yeah,
super.
yeah, they were
It was huge.
really
It was like this
expensive.
big, and it was a top loader. You put the tape in, and it popped down.
My
And-
grandpa was an early adopter and
So were
bought
we.
one of those. So you remember like your what was it? The big discs,
Laser disc.
laser
Laserdisc,
disc.
yeah.
So he was he was an early
had one of those.
adopter, and he spent like $1,000 on a laser disc player because he
High quality.
thought it was gonna be the
There's
next
a whole
thing.
movie.
And the
Oh, yeah.
only time that I ever saw that was during science class in
Oh, wow.
elementary school.
So I remember with the VCR thing, we bought our very first movie that we owned,
Yeah.
and I was just,
What was it?
I'll let you guess. Hold on. So this is
Ooh.
around mid to late
80s.
So
right.
I'd say mid 80s actually. It's probably 84, 85. So I was just so blown away. We're going to be able to own this movie. I saw it. I saw it at the drive-in theater.
So I have a question. Before that,
Raiders of the Lost Ark.
How the fuck did you know that?
whoa,
That was it.
Because he watches
'Cause I'm
Agatha
dead.
Christie until 5 in the morning with your mom.
Dude, that was it. And it was like $80.
Okay,
yeah.
so I have a question though, because I am
Yeah.
too young to remember this time. So you could not own a movie. You would have to just watch it
Yeah.
at the theater and
Right.
then never see it again.
You'd see it
Yeah.
on TV. They do the TV cut.
And so that's why it was so exciting.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I can't even. So
Yeah.
here's the thing: I can't even imagine a world where if you missed it in the theaters, that was it.
Well, and
You'd have to
so-
wait for it to come on
okay,
TV.
So that's
Because my
also
parents
why-
were so poor,
Is
they
this
would
the
just
top-
buy
like
the movie.
The top loading VCR.
That's
theater?
it right
Yeah.
there. That's it right there.
Whoa!
Yeah.
So also,
I've never even seen anything like that.
Yeah. So let's also talk about this. So that's also when HBO was huge, right?
Right.
So you'd go to the theater, you'd watch it, and then you would come home,
And that's why they're called the home box office.
And they were,
Yeah.
and so then like you would wait for it to come on HBO, because that's where you
Weird.
could actually see. You could actually see the actual theater cut, and then it would go on like network, and they would chop it up and like
Crazy.
take all the, and then when you could actually rent it, you were just like, what? Yeah, there was nothing before VCR. I remember when
I can't even
And-
imagine
and
a
just-
world like that.
And just to let you know, it by the time that you were talking about it, probably was around 500. But in 1977, when they came out, it was around $1,000.
Holy
Yeah.
Yeah.
shit.
So we got one like
And-
mid 80s, right? And I just remember like immediately, I don't know who the guy was, but my parents were like, "Oh yeah, our friend lent us some of his tapes," and like they were like recording tapes, and they had like 4 movies on them.
Right.
So I was just like, "What?"
Oh my God, that's
and of course,
amazing.
they were bootleg. He bootlegged all these movies.
That's
Off of HBO?
amazing.
I
So
don't know.
I think we haven't talked about Disney Plus
Oh,
on
amazing.
here. So here's the deal. I had a bunch of VHSs that were like my prized possessions from when I was a kid. Aristocats was my favorite.
Big one. Porn.
Okay. I mean, there's a lot of things in Aristocats that is not good. But so obviously now that I have a kid in my life, I was so excited. But I was like, I don't have a VHS player to play her these movies that I have. So Disney Plus comes out. I was so excited to play Aristocats for her. This is how spoiled the kids of now are, right? So I put it on, and always when we play something from our childhood, she cries about it for 5 minutes, and she's like, I don't want to watch it, and then 5 minutes into it, she's okay with it. That happens every time. So this one, though, is so much older that the animation is more flat than she's used to.
Oh,
she's used to like Pixar and things like that, right?
Which is beautiful, yeah.
So she was like, this is horrible. What is this about? Cats? And I'm like, yeah, you love cats. And she's like, I don't like it.
You want to see something horrible about cats? See the trailer for the new Cats movie they're making. God, that looks-
So,
Does she
but
hate-
Aristocats was
Yeah.
so by the end of Aristocats, she kind of got it, but like it took her so long to get into it
Wow.
because this cartoon was made in 1975, I believe. And she was just like, this is terrible quality. I don't like it.
I
What is
imagine it looks
this?
flat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You need to introduce her to some Don Bluth.
That's where I was about to go. Does she hate the Don Bluth stuff, like Secret of Nim or?
We haven't introduced her to
Last
it
Unicorn?
yet. She's like, so she's at the
The
age.
Land Before Time.
Right. She kind of can watch Land Before Time, but the thing is 3-year-olds have like the attention span of a flea.
Oh, throw on Secret of
So-
Nim and they'll scare the living
I
shit
know.
out of her.
So we're going to have to we
Have
are
to do for
planning on
years.
showing her all of those this year where she has the attention span to be scared enough.
I just remember as a kid, I was just like, this is crazy. This is kind of scary. And then I watched it as an adult, and I was like, what the fuck were my parents
Yeah.
thinking? Let me watch Secret of Nim is scary.
Well,
The
and-
owl?
Oh yeah.
Have you read the book?
We've been going through that with just regular Disney things. Like we'll be watching something. There was something last night that we were watching, and our parents let us watch it, and then she
Yeah.
wanted to watch it, and we were so excited. We were so pumped. We're like, yeah, babe, like let's watch that.
Was it witches?
No.
Watership Down.
I don't remember what it was, but she was watching it, and like this guy was like,
RoboCop.
nice cleavage. And then just like, it was a cartoon version of Wonder Woman or
Oh, okay,
something.
okay.
And it was so inappropriate. And we're like, we already said she could watch it. So, like, hopefully her mom doesn't kill us. But there's so many things that we watch that when we were kids, it was like, no big deal.
Oh, yeah.
Totally
They have
fine.
disclaimers on them on
Oh, yeah.
Disney Plus now.
Yeah.
do,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah. Aristocats
Yeah.
was like adult themes, racial references.
Well, they also like I
yeah.
think the cats are like smoking and stuff, and if
Yeah.
nothing
Oh, yeah.
else,
Smoking, all
Well, when are
kinds
they
of
gonna
things.
put Song of the South on there? That's what I want to
Oh
know.
jeez.
I have that also on a bootlegged
Do you
DVD.
really?
Well, so my grandmother was from Alabama.
Yeah.
And when we were kids, she had that movie, and we would sing songs from it.
Oh, yeah.
And we didn't know, and probably my grandmother didn't even realize, like, how horrible it was.
Well, shit, Dumbo, man.
Yeah. Oh, the new
Oh,
Dumbo.
Crows.
The
The
first.
Crows?
The Crows.
The Jim Crows.
Oh,
The
crows
Jim
are like the
Crows?
But the
jeez.
new Dumbo is actually really great.
I've heard great things about it.
We watched
actually.
it the first day we got
Great
Disney
things.
Plus.
Okay,
And
between
the new
like the-
Dumbo's better. It's so much better.
Okay, does he
Sorry,
have,
not sorry.
I've seen a house fly.
I seen a dragonfly.
I ain't never seen an elephant fly
That's right. I seen
Wow.
We're gonna get lots of hate mail for that.
so much.
a. Why?
Great.
How? That is like the best part of that movie.
No, there are no Jim Crows.
I just want to let
in
you
the
guys
new
know that
Dumbo.
I looked up inflation calculator, and more or less something $500 in the 80s would have run for about $1,500 in today's buying
Holy
power.
shit!
And I cannot
Yeah.
imagine spending $1,500
No.
for. Well, I don't know. I guess like I wouldn't spend $1,500 like on a smart TV.
Well, and then let's
No.
put into
Yeah.
perspective, like, if you have a kid, right?
Yeah.
Like, things have changed for me. Like, the way I think about things has changed. So, like, if you have, like, a small Christopher at home, that's going to deter you from spending $1,500 on anything.
Unless it shuts them the fuck up.
Right. I mean,
Right?
actually, you know what,
Then now it's
Chris? Yeah,
worth it.
because we got Disney Plus and we
Yeah.
shouldn't have. But we know that we don't have to watch the same movie over and over
There
again.
you
Yeah,
go.
but
Yeah.
well, we spent the $8 that we shouldn't have, as opposed to we dropped
$1,500
$1,500.
No, let's
Right.
watch Tron again. It's like,
Yeah.
hey,
Oh,
Tron,
God.
shut up.
And then,
Although this is backfired on us because Frozen is available and that's all she wants to watch. I have seen
Yeah.
Elsa
Ugh.
7 million times this week.
we just rewatched that the other day. Well, it was like on in the background.
Yeah.
That movie doesn't look as good. It aged really, really fast. The movie's
Yeah.
not even like that old.
I've never seen it. so
And they
yeah.
have the second one coming out, and I'm hoping
It's
that when I
out
take her,
already.
yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm hoping to take her to go see it this weekend, so maybe she'll be obsessed with that and over the old Frozen,
Yeah.
but we'll see.
It said in the chat, Pinocchio and the human trafficking.
Oh yeah, that's Pinocchio does not hold up. Neither does
Wow.
There's a lot of drinking and
Aristocats.
smoking in Pinocchio too with
Oh,
those
that's
kids.
true,
on
yeah.
there.
Snow White is kind of creepy if you think about it.
Oh, well, absolutely, yeah.
Sleeping Beauty again, also
Night on Bald
creepy.
Mountain. Is that on
Oh.
there? Is that on
No,
Disney
I don't
Plus?
think so.
Oh,
When I
I
was-
don't see how do these not hold up?
So,
They're
Oh,
rapey for
Yeah.
one.
oh, yeah.
Like Snow
well, yeah,
White
they're
is
supposed to be
kind of
scary
rapey,
as shit.
right?
Not
It's like,
not
like
Sleeping
some
Beauty.
people think it's romantic that he
Yeah.
rape kissed her.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
You know,
finds a corpse in the woods and
I-
kisses it.
Okay,
I
romance
Okay.
is also scary as shit.
I mean, romance is scary.
That's not
I
romance.
mean, I think like we had this talk this weekend, or like the weekend we got Disney Plus. We kind of had this talk of like, are we being too overprotective, or are we like trying to protect her from certain things?
I don't know, yeah. I
And
mean, we
where
watched it.
I am not willing to like waver is the themes of sexual harassment, of sexual.
Where was the sexual harassment?
yeah.
Oh, in everything.
Everything. Okay, I mean, I thought
You know,
Disney
I
Plus.
mean-
just put
Yeah.
SVU on.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Right. I
24
mean,
hours a
they
day.
have the old movies, but it's like they had no concept
Right,
of
right.
like this is also kind of making her think she needs a man, like all these things that our parents didn't worry about, but we for sure worry about.
Let me ask you this: Is she up? Are you showing her the Burt Reynolds collection? What's going on there?
So
Cannonball
Smokey
Run,
and the
Smokey and the
Bandit.
Bandit,
You know,
Deliverance.
I'm trying to talk her dad into letting me show her these movies because I think it really shaped me as a woman. It's really made me realize where I stand in the world.
Yeah.
You know, it really shaped how I look for a partner. Obviously,
a-
my ex-husband really loved Smokey and
When's
the
Reynolds
Bandit.
Plus coming out? So I
Yeah.
can
Right,
Exactly.
I
watch
need
all his
Reynolds
films,
Plus.
yeah.
And I'll show her all the things. Actually, if you were to ask me now, Burt Reynolds will never be in our home until she has moved out.
Like,
You know,
miss out.
I know. Just maybe some Sally Fields.
Okay, well, she's
Her
in.
other movies, not
Okay.
Smokey and the Bandit.
1 and 2.
Yeah, I know. That was a dark time for Sally Fields.
So is there no like horror movies allowed in your?
Oh,
Yeah.
horror movies are different. I mean,
year-old.
at
Oh.
3, we're not going to show her horror movies because it's more of an inconvenience for us. She'll like wake up in the middle of the night terrified.
Right. She won't sleep. Yeah.
But when she's older, I'm going to show her all the horror movies.
I saw Alien when I was 5.
I'm actually.
Yeah.
That's
I'm
a
actually-
scary movie to
I'm
see
actually
for a
thinking you
5-year-old.
should.
Yeah.
I'm with Chris on this. You should. 3 is probably the best time.
Oh yeah. You know what, Smiley? If that's what you think, you can come sleep at my house.
Yeah, yeah.
And when she wakes up in the middle of the night, you can wake up with her.
No, he won't wake up with her. He'll still be up.
Oh,
Yeah.
right. So,
He'll
like,
still be
when
up. He'll still be
when
going.
she wakes up, she can come out and be like, Uncle Smiley, I'm so scared.
And he'll be
like,
all, this actress does not look like Miss Marple, right?
Yeah. You know, and he'll be like, you thought that was scary. Let me show you this. And it'll be worse.
Yeah.
It's
I
fine.
don't see the bad part from
Okay,
this.
you can come stay at my house for like a weekend.
Yeah, but you live in Rio Rancho.
At full circle. Here it
Yes,
is.
here we go, here we
It's full circle now.
All
I'll
right.
cook for you every night.
Oh, dang.
Now that sounds like a deal.
See?
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
going to screw yourself because James will be there. He'll be like, all right, okay.
Yeah.
He
I
doesn't
don't
eat
care.
a lot, though. He doesn't eat a lot.
I love cooking for people. I made chicken and dumplings the other night. Last night I made spaghetti. I'll make you guys a pot roast if you come watch the Star Wars holiday special.
Make it a brisket and sign me.
Ooh.
Is the Apple Dumpling Gang on Disney Plus? Or the old
I don't know.
live
I
action?
need to look that up. If you make me a list, I'll look it up and then report back.
No, I have it.
Oh, you have
Oh,
it.
I have Disney Plus.
You need to look it up because there's so much on there that like we haven't explored what is on there because we've been watching the full Marvel universe in order of not how they released it, but the storyline, and that's been interesting.
Billy says, the heights to Rio Rancho shaking my damn head.
I know.
All right.
I know.
I feel like we've done enough damage in the Bar Uno.
All right.
You guys got anything else you guys want to plug anything?
My open mic tomorrow at Founders and my album recording on December 28th at Trick Clock.
Ooh.
And where can we follow you, Holly?
Oh, yeah. Thanks,
Yeah.
Ray. On Instagram, I am Holly Bird Comedy, Bird spelt with a Y. And that's the best place to keep up with me.
Well,
If you can actually go watch me on the second season of Midnight Texas, we might get a third season. Who knows?
maybe. Yeah, who knows? Yeah, who could do? Ray, where are you wrestling?
I'm going to be wrestling for Party Hard Wrestling at the Nile Theater next Friday. You can follow them, partyhardwrestling.com. We're heading into our big event of the year next month, which is going to be Party Mania. And so, yeah. But you can follow me on pretty much any social network, whether it's Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, YouTube. I'm across the board, Ray Basura, Basura.
Trash.
Yeah.
Trash.
And we are 10 Drink Minimum. We're live most Sundays here from not from this
Not
bar,
here.
but on live online from 6 to 8 p.m. On 10drinkminimum.com or facebook.com/10drink. Our Instagram is at 10drink. So add us on all the cool social media sites. They're asking what's Ray's favorite bar.
Ooh.
Well,
quick.
I guess you have to tune in next time. We'll talk
Ooh.
about it.
Good one. Dang.
And with
Yeah.
and with that, we are
Our 10 drink minimum.